Got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy band, he told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might. So I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran, and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patience and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run.
All right. Good morning. I see y'all out there. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate y'all joining in us on us with this conversation, trauma, PTSD related. And today we're going to be focusing in on some statistics that we'll be sharing along the way. And we're going to talk about that. I have my best friend, Zachary, with me, ZMB at Handy Capable O3. I encourage you, if you haven't been over to see him, to go follow him. He's going to be, my guest here for uh, Thursdays as long as we feel like going. We're going to keep touching on this subject, and we're going to keep bringing awareness to it in our own little way, because that's the best education that we can bring. So let me bring up Mr. Zachary. Hey, good morning, Zach. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, guy? How are
What's
you
up,
today,
man?
buddy?
I'm doing very good. Thanks for being here with us, man. Welcome once again.
Can you hear me okay,
I
man?
can hear you just fine. Got a good sound check going on.
Excellent.
Guys, I appreciate it. Let me recognize Gen X, brother Clint. Appreciate y'all. Hey, good job last night, you and Sister Jimena. I tried my best to. I went over to Jimena's first, and then I stayed a little bit, just a little while, and then I come over to yours. I stayed a little because I knew I was going to fall asleep. I knew at some point that it was like okay, because I knew that I wasn't gonna be up that long, so I went to hers, stayed for about 15 minutes, and then I come over to yours, and then I fell asleep. So I wrote it out with you, I reckon. I don't know. I don't remember much about after the hot dog conversation, which I laughed. I was sitting there because I didn't feel like texting. I ain't gonna lie. I was just watching. And I'm like, I was in the chat, but I had said hi to a couple people. Listen, it was comical because we were there. Everybody's trying to figure out whether a hot dog was a sandwich or it wasn't. It was just
A hot
funny.
dog sandwich.
It was, yeah. I was like, now that, yeah, like I could go to sleep. So like I say, I knew I was gonna fall asleep, but I wanted to support both my buddies, and I went to Jimenez first. I
A
watched
hot
hers for
dog
about I
sandwich.
was like, "All right, guy, let's be strategic about this." So I was like, "I know I'm not gonna make it, but about a half hour, 40 minutes at best." So I
Right.
watched hers for about 15 minutes, and then when I knew, I was like, "All right, let me go over to brother Clint's," and I went over there, and I was like, I said hi to I didn't say hi to everybody, but I said howdy to everybody, and
Hey, yeah,
then you
yeah.
know,
What's
and I
up?
sat there, and I was kind of falling asleep to like Clinton Jimena commenting on the comments and like discussing back and forth whether like because Jimena's from Mexico, so like
Mhm.
like
You told me that.
they
Yeah.
yeah, like they have different lingo or different names of stuff or referring to stuff maybe than what we might or maybe similar in some case. It was just comical. So good job, guys. I wanted to push you up real quick before we got started just to say that I was there and I appreciate y'all. That was a good time though, guys. What I remember of it. Can't say that I remember the whole thing because I wasn't coherent through the rest of it. Yeah, I don't remember no more of it.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I'll have to go back and watch it. I don't know if everybody come to a
Hot dog.
consensus. Yeah, it's like I don't know yet. We'll
I mean,
find
like,
out.
it is, but it ain't.
It is, but it ain't. I get you. Like it can be. I tell you what. At this point in life, I feel like I'm man enough that I call it whatever I want to
Well, let me
call
ask you this.
it.
Have you ever eaten, like, something other than a hot dog or a sausage or a brat or something on a hot dog bun?
Yes,
Because I think the
yes.
bun is the trick. The bun
Now
is the difference, you know?
I do have one meal that
Or
my
the
mother
on
my
the
mother has fixed this for
oh,
years. Tuna
yeah,
boats.
the
We
tuna.
call them tuna boats. She makes up
Yes,
tuna salad,
yes.
puts cheese on them, and then puts them
I've
in the
eaten
broiler.
yeah.
You've ate tuna boats, so
Tuna boat.
yeah,
Eat
yeah.
tuna boat.
It's a perfect vessel to
But
carry
it's
the
definitely
tuna.
not a hot
It's
dog.
yeah, it's a ve
Definitely not a hot dog,
it
so, I mean, like, that's a tuna boat. That's
that's
its
a tuna boat.
own yeah, it's got its own designation, I
See,
guess, you know?
it's a vessel to get the important stuff to your face
Get
without
tuna
losing it.
face.
That's basically all it is. That's
Yes.
basically all that is, man. That's all that is just a vessel. Because you know how I am. I'm not a real big bread guy anyway. So that's
No,
all I'm
no, no.
thinking is like, okay, I got me something to hold on to to what you know what I mean? Like hold
Yeah,
on to it. 'Cause
no, I am the same way, man. I don't eat a lot of breads, you know?
no, no, me neither. Peanut
Really,
butter and banana. See, everybody's got their
peanut
stuff.
butter and bananas, bro. Yo, he knows what's up.
You
He
know,
knows. That's one of my favorite. You know, my mom too. This is funny, man. Peanut butter and dill pickle sandwiches. You ever eat a peanut butter and pickle sandwich, bro?
no, I don't
Oh
know.
my god, you ought to try it. You might be surprised. My mom used to eat them when I was a kid, and I was always like skeptical. And then one
Yeah.
day I was like, yo, I'm gonna try it. We was poor anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever,
I mean,
together. You know what I'm saying?
it's funny what necessity you'll do. Oh, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
say, I
But
have
peanut butter and banana is where it's at, bro.
I have a personal shout out to my Aunt Chris. My
Yeah.
Aunt Chris mailed these to me. Look, it's got my name on it,
That's
Creating Change GB, and then it's got always good vibes, guys. Always good vibes. So shout out to you, Aunt Chris. If you get to watch this back, shout out to you. I really just I love them. I love 'em.
that's really awesome, man.
I've already drank about 2 more cups of coffee than what I usually do. I'll probably, you know, I get a little twitchy anyway, so you just never know. But shout out to everybody being here today. We're going to be me and brother Zach. We're going to be touching on PTSD. Once again, it's a follow up to last week's. And we're just gonna this week. With last week, we didn't touch on numbers a whole lot or anything like that. We just kind of We just
We
kind of
just
went. You're skipping out on me, brother
am
Zach.
I skipping out, man?
A little bit. It'll happen. It's your
Oh,
back,
I'm
but
sorry.
you're good.
Got 2
But
programs running here, might be what I got going on, you know what I mean, on the same thing.
okay.
Yeah,
Um. Uh. But yeah. We're going to be touching on numbers and touching on some statistics, and then we're going to talk about that. We're going to see where that conversation goes.
yeah,
We try not to, there's not a whole lot of effort spent trying to come up with a script, because that's not the way we do things. We come up with what we got to talk about, what we're going to say about it, and it's on the fly. This is how
man.
we feel about it. This is not education. This is an entertainment channel. But we do encourage you that if you ever have any types of issues, to please reach out. And
Please.
there is multiple different ways of doing it. We encourage you to seek that other assistance, and don't be held back by what you think other people might think. If you feel like you need something, you go get it. Go get it. There's people out
Absolutely.
there. So we encourage you to do that. So that's something that for both of us, as we've gotten older, and I still am struggling with it myself. I still have some things I need to put myself in check in. I have enough, I know that for myself, I have enough medical issues. I should be seeing doctors on a regular basis. I should be keeping up with that. So you start
Yeah,
getting old enough to realize that, okay, now, when I need help, it's up to me sometimes. Like, everybody ain't gonna know that I need help unless I say, "Hey guys,
"Hey, guys,
you
I
know,
need some help here."
I'm having trouble with this situation." Now, with my family, they have grew to understand that sometimes, my best solution with things is, if you'll just give me an opportunity to stop asking me how I'm doing. Stop
Mhm,
asking me if I'm okay. Just, I appreciate that. Now just let me have my space for just a little bit. Let
mhm.
me work some things out, and then let me come and talk about it. Then let me have my space, because that's the way that I have found for me, that, like, okay, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. And I have my own little process sometimes now of that, like, this is my space. That like, you guys are in my personal space right now. And this is where that I come in now. I don't always push record, but this will be where I come in, and I'll just let my mind wander. I may have
Yeah,
my
man.
guitar in my hand, whatever it is that makes me comfortable,
Mhm.
whatever it is that makes me feel good, my cup of coffee, whatever it is. And then I, I'll just start thinking the process
Yeah,
through, like, and trying to look at it from, like, okay, this angle, from this angle, from this angle.
absolutely.
But then I also give my own personal heart the credence it deserves to feel the way I want to feel about it.
Right.
That's my freedom to have that option. To, if I don't care what other people feel about the situation, if it affects me, I'm allowed to feel affected by it in any which way that I want. Now, what I'm not allowed to do, and I'm realizing that over time and with years, is that my actions are not always condoned, just because maybe I'm upset about something, or
Right.
maybe I'm not, or whatever. So that's where I have found that seeking my space for a little bit before I react sometimes, and giving myself that time to process the situation, go ahead and be emotional for a minute, to myself,
Let it happen. Let it
let it
happen.
happen, and
Let it happen.
then, like you say, you got your little spot up by your pond where you sit
Yeah,
under
man.
the tree sometimes, where you feel like, okay, I'm still here at the house, but I'm not. I'm
Right.
away. I can
Kinda
just
got
sit
my
here,
space. I'm
watch
cleared
the
out to
fish,
myself,
watch the bugs, maybe
watch
maybe
the
see a
birds,
bird.
whatever, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm with you.
This is kinda like, well, especially during the winter times, especially when it's bad, because I'm not, just not going out when it's 10 degrees and hanging out. But,
Oh,
this is kinda like that space for me, and you know my house very well. Even though my family's just on the other side of that wall, they kinda give me this space. Like,
yeah, that's
dad's in
kinda
there,
your spot, man. Yeah.
like, doing his thing, like he did that, and they know that that giving me that little bit of area to just play my guitar, come in here, make some noise and whatever,
Yeah.
that
Yep, yep.
heals me. It heals me daily. Daily, it heals me, in some type of way. It brings me some type of relaxation, or just a way to kinda, clear my head. And I think, to bring it into correlation with what we were talking about with numbers, guys, as I share this, this is one of those things that's when you really read the numbers, 49,000 people die by suicide in 2023.
Hey,
One
well,
death every 11 minutes, guys.
bro, that's the one that gets me when I think about that one right there because,
Yeah,
like, that's one family every 11 minutes
that's
that is, like, gonna have to deal with this now.
yes,
I'm not making light by no means, of course, of, what happens to the individual when they commit suicide, you
sure,
know that.
sure, but they're
But
go they're
at
they're
that point, everything changes for the world around that individual,
yes,
and,
yes,
but that number just like in the time we've been talking here, somebody killed themselves.
and that yeah, I
We've
mean,
been on
that's
here for 15 minutes. Before we get off here, there'll be what? If we're on here for 2 hours, 12 people,
yeah,
10, 12 people.
yeah, yeah,
It's hard to fathom
that's
that,
that's a,
as I sit here, it's like, wow,
that's a
that's
big
crazy.
number. That's a
And
big
think,
number.
and, you gotta remember this too, all of these numbers that we bring up here, they're from official websites. Most of them are, through the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. That's where I go and I find the numbers, but you have to think about all the cases that nobody turned in.
Indeed.
These are the numbers turned in, not necessarily on the suicide rates,
Or maybe it
obviously, but the
maybe,
PTSD rates,
maybe it was deemed an accident, but really it wasn't an accident.
Yeah, it
Maybe,
happened, you know?
so I'm with you there. That number's kinda skewed.
The Yeah, you it's especially the PTSD number because there's a lot of people, who, they go to try to get help and they're denied, and then it's put in they didn't have any problems, or they go and they try to or they don't ever go try to get help, and so
Yeah.
those numbers are never put in the system, and there's
Yeah,
a
so you
lot of
didn't
people.
even know that they had PTS or that they were suffering with PTSD or would have been diagnosed with it if they'd have went for help. They
Yeah,
just
they don't even know.
they just became part of the big number. They just
Yeah,
became part of the whole
the
number, not,
overall number, yeah,
overall number. That's
and
a
a
phew,
lot of people just don't even go. So how many more
man.
people are out there? Like, we talk to people all the time about our stuff, and the next thing you know, they're telling you about something that happened to them, and it
Well,
opens people up, and it's like, "Wait a minute, this guy's got this issue. I wonder if he's one of those numbers."
it
You
I
know what I mean? Because if they're opening up to you, it makes you wonder if they went and opened up to the doctor or somebody to really get checked on, you know what I mean?
well,
Mhm.
I can tell you from my personal experience, and I don't share it in any kind of gloating way, but it's just the knowledge that I have. But
Right.
when I was in the penitentiary, my last 19 months was spent in a program situation where you had very strict, stringent rules that you must follow, or there was consequences for everybody.
Absolutely.
And for about 16 months of that, I was the dorm coordinator. There was
Yeah.
88 men in the dorm, and it was my responsibility to keep our dorm tight, keep everybody ready so that we didn't lose our rec yard, didn't lose our stuff, keep everybody
Yeah,
going to
man, got what
classes.
little bit of you
Yeah,
considered freedoms at the
and
time. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember my first few months there, there was always this struggle with, like, the way that I seen the approach that some of the dorm coordinators that left because their time was over, and
Mhm.
as news cycled through, I promised myself that I didn't really want to ever be in that position, but if I was ever put in that position, each
Right.
one of these men was gonna have a personal whether we knew each other, liked each other or not, I was gonna go sit with them. I was gonna
Yep.
talk with them, and I was gonna give them my point of view. And,
Yep.
I found out that just being willing to go and share with people how I seen it, like, "Look, guys, I really don't agree with some of this stuff either, but I won't go outside this morning, so I'm just gonna get it done so that
Right.
I can go out to the rec yard." And I'm gonna tell you what, while I
I wanna
was going
smoke a cigarette today, guys.
yeah, yeah, well,
Will you
there you wasn't
please
allowed to
stop?
smoke.
Oh, well, there you weren't. Yeah,
But,
that's
I
right.
mean, we smoked, I ain't gonna lie, but there you wasn't
Yeah,
allowed to, but,
you weren't supposed to
now
be. Yeah, no.
there was some tobacco came in, I'm not gonna lie, but,
Oh, yeah, I guarantee it, man.
you had P tests and stuff, so you wasn't gonna be doing no drugs or nothing like that,
Yeah, yeah,
you'd
yeah.
be in the
They
hole,
kept
so
monitor on that, man.
yeah, but I remember certain individuals, at times, they would look like the hardest dude, like, you would look at them from afar and you would be like for me, until I was put in a position where I
Mhm.
had to like, all right, guy, you said that if you was ever put in this spot, this is the way you're gonna do it. So this is what I
How you
did.
gonna do it?
And
How you gonna handle it? Yeah.
some of the men that I really wouldn't have never probably I probably would have spent another 19 months with them and never spoke to them yet.
Yeah.
Um, and I went and sat with them. And there was a couple of them that I knew I didn't see eye to eye with, never would.
Yeah.
Probably might have a little issue with every now and again. And
Yeah,
then
man.
there was some of them that I didn't really wanna go talk to, that once I went and spoke to, I kinda wanted to go back and talk to them again.
I wanted to go talk to him again. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
know
it
what
was
you mean.
like but what I found out was by giving them that due respect and letting them know that, "Hey, I'm just trying to follow rules with you, like, I'm nobody. I'm just saying this is the paper we have, this is the rules
What
that
we
we're
got?
being asked to follow. Fold your towel the way they need it. Roll your socks up the way
Just
they want
do
it.
it the
Put it
right
in the
way.
cabinet, get your foot locker right, stand up here, wait for them to count, and shut your mouth till we're ready to go outside, and then we can hoop and holler and carry on that
Hey,
digging." That's how I
talking
carry.
about that, just keep your stuff squared away. I can tell you
It's
a little
squared
story,
away.
man. This is like I probably am like cause of PTSD because of this. Like this in the Marine Corps, we had this guy who wouldn't clean his stuff up. You know what I mean? Nasty dude. You know what I mean? Just wouldn't wash his clothes, wouldn't take a shower. I'm not gonna say his name, but they put him in my room one time with me, and we're like, "Hey, dude, well, you know, you're stuck with him." All right, so I
Yeah.
come home one night, back to the barracks. It's about 3:30, 4 in the morning. And, I open the door, man. I'm gonna go in there. I open it up. I'm just gonna go lay down a couple hours before we get going. And uh, the smell when I
Oh.
opened the door, man, of this guy, I was like, man, no. Hey, bro, I threw everything that guy owned out into the front of the barracks there into the little grassy area.
Yeah.
Everything, mattress, all of his clothes, the bed frame, all of it. I mean, it was all I was like, "No," and I was yelling at him the whole time, like, "Dude, you know, you're nasty. I can't believe this." You know what I'm saying? "Why do you let yourself be like this? This is horrible." And I was just like throwing boots. You know what I'm saying? And anything I could get my hands on that wasn't mine. All my stuff was still packed underneath my rack. You know what I'm saying? And dude, uh, I'll never forget the police sergeant that lived in the barracks. He stepped out there, you know, and I was screaming at this guy, man, and throwing stuff. And
I can
uh,
see y'all arced up
oh yeah,
screaming.
like he's all
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh," you know, and I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
and, and dude, this,
I've never seen that before.
oh, it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering where you're at, that's how you kinda have to be with these
Yeah.
guys. Man, sergeant, the police sergeant looked down through there, and he saw it was me and
Yeah.
him and his pile of stuff, and he just went back in his room and shut the door, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, we had a mess when everybody come out for 606 formation. Reveille's 5:30 and 06 formation. Bro, there was stuff scattered out everywhere. First sergeant was mad. Everybody was mad, but it was cool because they were like, "Dude, it had to happen." You know, it brought attention to the matter at hand. You see
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
right.
saying? It
That's right.
wasn't a proper channel, I guess you would
Well,
say.
but
It came
actually,
across, you
where
know?
you were at,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it
matched
fit.
the environment
You're in the
100.
Marine Corps, like, you're supposed to get yelled
That's
at every
how he was,
day.
you know, if you don't have your stuff squared away, somebody's gonna come
Doing
by
it.
and yell at you.
Yeah, you might as
You're
well
in
be the first one. I mean,
Yeah, well, I
you know?
wasn't. That was the thing is everybody had yelled at him.
Well,
He was
there you go.
nasty, man, and then, finally, I just threw everything he had out in the yard, and I didn't help him pick it up.
No.
He's out there scrounging around. I was getting my chewing from the first sergeant for throwing it everywhere.
Well, if
The police sergeant got it worse than I did because he was supposed to have stopped the whole
yeah, you didn't.
but he was like, "Nah, he needed it," you
Hey,
know?
well, sometimes, I mean, that's the whole idea of consequences, man.
Mm.
I mean, it
Yeah, man,
stings a little
there's
bit.
repercussions, bro, you know?
It's like, I say this quite a bit, man. Like some of the best like cough medicines and stuff for your body to heal taste like
Yeah.
crap.
Oh, it's awful.
Got leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but it makes you, hey, it does
Does
the
its
trick.
job. That's right.
So, I used to say that about cheap beer, you know what I mean? Like if you drink enough of it, it did what you was wanting, but it
It
don't
don't
really
taste
taste
the
that
best.
good,
It don't,
but
it'll get you there.
so yeah, but that leads us back into this thing is like, consequences. There's consequences for us not reaching out
Yes.
and like not knowing that, okay, there is avenues. And if one don't work, then just try another one. Just try another one. Zach had a neighbor, an old guy neighbor that left behind with him when they moved,
Mm.
saying,
Oh,
"You ain't
yeah.
got nothing to lose but your ass.
He used to
Just
tell
go
me that.
ask."
I'd be like, "What do you think, man?" He'd be like, "You got nothing to lose but your ass, bro.
That's right.
Just
Just
go get
ask, man. Just reach out. Start
it."
asking, man.
It's true. If you
It's
find yourself digging the hole, me and Guy have had this saying for a while, just put the shovel down. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You feel yourself going into that spot,
yeah,
put the shovel down, try and breathe a little bit, and try to separate and get that decompression, that space we're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
And if man, if it continues to go on and you can't get it, man, go find someone that will
find
help
someone, man. Yeah,
you,
find someone,
because
man.
it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
That's a
no,
that's a
it's not.
that's a stigma that's been put on mental issues. It's like if you mention you have something wrong with your brain, that people automatically like go, "Oh,
Oh, there's
what's
something.
wrong
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him?"
Or
What's
he's
wrong?
dangerous, or she's
He's
dangerous,
dangerous
or
or
whatever.
schizophrenic or
Yeah, it's like no.
what's wrong with no, dude? That's not it's not the case. People have emotional problems, trauma, they can't get out of there, and they just,
That's right. That's right.
people have to find ways to live with it. It doesn't necessarily mean there's something, crazy wrong with them or anything. Yeah, they have their issues, but everyone has their own thing. It's no different than, breaking your arm,
Y-
man,
y- Yeah.
messing your shoulder up and then it not feeling right the rest of your life. You
Yep.
know what I'm
And
saying? It's no
don't be
different,
as
man.
that this is one thing that I have to say this. Be don't hold yourself back by being ashamed of your explanation of how you feel. If you
Yes.
feel like you're gonna freaking explode, say, "I feel like I'm gonna freaking explode, man."
Yeah, man,
I
you know
feel
that
like, you know,
absolutely, man, you
yeah,
have to be honest with people, when you go in front when you go to someone to get some help, you have to be totally honest with these people and
yeah,
tell them what it is, your symptoms at your worst. You
unapologetically.
don't ever go tell someone your symptoms on your best day if you wanna get the help for the problem you're having.
That's
You would
right.
definitely be like, "Yo, on my worst days, I sit on the couch and don't even turn the TV on and just sit there in silence or whatever, or on uh my worst days, I can't even get out of the bed, or on my worst days, I still get through everything. I just don't really feel good."
Yeah.
There's different levels to it all, but you have to be honest and tell them about what your worst days are.
Yes.
Because that's the only way they can truly figure out what's going on and get you the help that you rightfully deserve, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
and, in this past few years, because you're very aware when I finally just turned away from everything, and I
Yeah,
did it
man.
on my own,
Right?
it was hard, um, but I knew that I needed something that what I refer to it as kinda like a forced redirect, so to speak. I knew
Absolutely.
that when those
Yes.
cold chills hit and the cramps hit and that the misery really set in,
Yep.
that I was gonna need something that I loved enough that I'd do it anyway, and,
Yeah, man.
that's when you know that I really started on my guitar journey a few
Yep.
years back, and I said, "Dude," and my wife, I told you, I said, "It's been a blessing because I know that my wife heard me," and she would make the comment, "Yeah, if I don't hear him in here playing it, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting up and checking on her because she knew I wasn't sleeping. She knew I was in misery, but
And we would joke
she
about her waking up to the arpeggiating or whatever
yeah,
it
yeah.
was. That was funny.
Yeah, and
Yeah, man.
but it was enough to give and what I was trying to, I guess, bring to light is during my hardest moments, I found a way that actually paid for that hard moment, so to
Yeah,
speak. Like,
yeah.
okay, every time I feel this feeling, I'm gonna go pick up my instrument and I'm gonna try my
Mhm.
best to get it out of my head and play
Focus
and
on
just
something
enjoy it.
completely
Zach,
opposite
what was
of that thought.
coming off alcohol or coming off of drugs, you've drank
Mhm.
enough in your life anyway to know that
Yeah,
and, you get that old sweaty feeling, that old crazy clammy feeling. Hey, I remember times
yeah,
my hands would be so sticky sweaty that I couldn't hardly play my guitar, but I knew,
just
like,
stick
I have
your
to
neck, man.
just keep doing something because, the only other thought on my mind was how to take it away.
Yep.
And then those thoughts starts leading, "Okay, where can I find? Where can I go and, make this go away at?" And for me, it was like, "That's not an option no more. That's not an
Yeah, man.
option no more. This is my option." Because, that but I encourage people, what I guess what I was trying to say is, like, find you that's something that triggers your brain into, like, "Okay, I need to think about this now. I need to instead of pondering on this moment, I'm gonna think about this moment for a while because each morning I get up, I can promise you guys, I'm the kind of fellow that every morning I have a choice to make. Can
Yeah.
I get that when I get to that crossroad, when my eyes open, can I let can am I gonna let some negative Nancy stuff take me on a journey that's really just a cloudy and not so good, or am I just gonna say, "No, no, no, no. I enjoy my dog. I'm gonna get my coffee
Yeah.
ready. I'm
Get
gonna
my
go brush my
coffee.
teeth. I'm gonna get my morning going, and I'm not concentrating on that."
Well, I
And it works.
I can say this, like, from example from myself. Alright, I take my girls to school every day. I get up, we get ready, they get ready,
Mhm.
and I take them to school, and it's a great trip, and we have so much fun. You know what I mean? We always laugh and carry on and everything. But I'll tell you this, it wasn't always like that.
Right.
It wasn't. Man, I'd get up, try to get a cup of coffee in real quick or something, and then and take off, and instead of thinking about all of the laughs and the jokes and what a great time that this trip can be for me and my daughters,
Right.
I would focus on, "Oh, there's gonna be some idiot up here, and I'm not gonna get there on time because," and then the next thing I'd be, like, mad because I done built something up in my head
That
that's
ain't
not
happened yet.
even gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I done set myself up for failure by thinking that it's going to be the same thing that it was one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it took me a while, and I mean, that's no secret. I used to get like I didn't like want do anything stupid or anything. I just wasn't the most talkative. I just sit there and drive
Right.
like a
Right.
grumpy old dude. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
yeah.
my kids, they'd still laugh and talk, and yeah, but I would still be
But
like,
you wasn't part of it.
I'm
You're
still
more worried about the people
I'm
around you
like,
doing something
yeah,
stupid
yeah,
than
man,
what's
and
going
and
on.
now,
Like, in
bro,
a hurry to save 20 seconds when you could just let that 20 seconds go and laugh at whatever they're laughing
yeah,
at.
like
You're
whatever,
like, "Yeah, I feel
and
you."
now we have that.
Yeah.
We have
Like,
that
okay.
because
Yeah,
I don't get up and think about any of that, and
that's right.
I've focused on, like, you brought it up with what you were saying, you find that thing. I would, like, specifically focus on what could be the great time,
Yeah. What could
not
dad maybe do to make his daughters laugh this morning?
what
You
yes,
know what
how
I mean?
can I
Like,
make
what
my
how
daughters better
ignorant can I be to make
schools.
my daughters say, "Dad, please don't ever do that to no
Don't
don't
ever do
ever do
that
that in
again,
front of
daddy.
people. Please
Please,
don't do that,
God,
dad."
don't do that
Because
again.
those are the best dad moments, let's be
I
honest.
love it.
When you know you embarrassed your kids, you're like, "I'll
I
dance
win.
again.
I
I'll dance
win.
again.
I
I'll
am
dance at every
winning.
reunion we go to now if that's what it takes. That's cool. Okay."
Go
And
out
I
there
can't
doing
dance, I
the
promise you.
dancing,
All
man.
this jerky movements, It don't work when you're I tell you, it just don't
It's
look
just
right.
fun.
It
But yeah, I
looks like
started
a shot
focusing
goose.
on that, man, for real. Like, like, what can I do to make my daughter's day better right out of the gate?
Indeed.
And it became a moment of, I guess I let go of some selfishness of some kind,
Yeah,
if that makes any sense, because I was focused on how it was affecting me and all me, which is important, very
it is.
important. I'm not taking away from you
It
have
is.
to focus on yourself. But remember, with these kinds of things, man, your actions affect everyone around you, even if they don't, you don't
And
realize it
and
because
and
it's
this
not
is
like
the
it's just,
paradox is by doing this, you are focusing on yourself.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
'cause
made it,
them kids are you. Them kids are yours,
yeah,
and
they're
that life
mine,
is yours, and your
yeah.
interactions with that life makes your life.
So, I get
So
up in the morning now, man, and I'm like, "All right, I get to take my kids."
indeed,
It went
indeed.
from, "Man, I gotta go to Bluefield this morning," or, "I gotta
Yeah.
go over to Mount
Oh,
this
man,
morning,"
gotta
like,
go fight these idiots at the school, traffic
Fight
parking
the
lot. I know.
tunnel,
Yeah, I got yeah,
not
yep,
anymore. I'm like,
nope.
"Yeah, man,
If
the
we're late, we're
gas
late.
truck,
I'll sign you in when we get there. I'm your
y'all wanna
daddy.
stop at the store? I don't care."
Yeah. You wanna get an egg
I'd be
McMuffin?
like,
Because 'Cause I'm hungry, you know what
"Whatever,
I mean?
man."
Like,
I mean, and
whatever.
I've really it has, like, been a complete 180 for
Yeah,
me. Just
congrats
that
dude,
one
just
thing right there,
putting that's a big focus for you, dude.
it was
Because I
big for
know
me.
that that's a big struggle for you, that
It's
I
always
know it
been a
is. I
struggle for
know it
me,
is.
man. I spent a lot of time on convoys and then Humvees getting shot at over there when I was over
Yeah,
there. I mean,
yeah.
that's just what it was,
It makes a vehicle ride a little different after that.
and I don't like somebody
Yeah.
riding my hip.
Right, right.
I'll slow way down, and if they slow way down with me, then I'll just punch 'em
Like
and leave 'em sitting there, man.
oh, man. Yeah.
I keep a
Hey,
V8 under my toes, so I can
hey,
just like,
I'm gonna
but
take a second and, recognize some people in our chat. We got Elevated Einstein with us. We know you, and that's our personal friend. That's Zachary's friend. Uh,
hey, hey.
we appreciate you, and we know what an important topic this is for you. We got a special get. Hey, Johnny Amish. Thank you, sir, for stopping in. I appreciate it. My name is Guy. This is my best friend, Zach. Today, we're talking about PTSD. This is not the Good Vibe Show. The Good Vibe Show is 11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Guy and Sean, where we share music, entertainment, comedy, all that kind of stuff. And I'm so glad that you stopped in, man. This is part of my channel. I'm just saying this is a little different concept that we have here. But, dude, I'm really proud of you, man. You got a great song going. And, man, I'm looking forward to maybe having you come over to the spot, maybe talk to us about that song and your music and
Is
everything.
that the song
Me
that
and Zach also play music and write songs, and my co-host Sean Dig, through Monday, Wednesday, and Friday,
yeah.
11 to 1. He also writes and plays, so we're excited. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Diamond in the Sticks. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. And Shangy Girl's in the house. She says, Zachary, she says, get you a pink, gives you a pink hand and a Zach. Hey, Zach and creating
Hey,
change. Hey, you
hey,
there? That's
everybody.
the girl Shangy. What's up? What's up, my friend? I appreciate. There's brother William. Hey, guy, I love you, brother. God bless you. Thank you.
That's
Appreciate
a
that, brother
guitar
William.
picker right there,
Oh,
bro.
that's a guitar picker too. And there's Crumel. Thank you very much for being there. Says hello, Zach. Appreciate
Hey,
you.
hey,
That's right.
how are you today?
Elevator. There's Chris the Flash. What's up? I knew I seen him in here. There's Chris the Flash. Christina Payne. I see you in the house. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. That's the kind of comments I like to highlight. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Good morning to everybody. This is today I've got with me my co-host Zachary. He's my best friend. At Handicapable03. We're talking about PTSD, trauma, and everything that we talk about, guys. We're trying to talk about it from a personal relationship. We're not therapists. We are not doctors, lawyers, or Indian chiefs, but we are men that have been through a lot, and we have tried our best over this journey of, especially the last 10 years of our lives, to really connect with our families, our people that really that the blessings and all the things that are good right around us, because that's what we lose
Yes,
focus on, I
we
think,
have to focus on what's right at face value, man,
You
right
do.
there in front of you, and,
Yep.
it's
And
like what
for
I
those
was
of us
saying.
that's family men,
Mhm.
it's a family. Yeah, that's what you focus
Right
on.
there, that's what you got. That's yours to spread out to the world, man. Go forth, and,
It is.
you want it to be in a godly fashion when they go forth, and that's what we try to do here, and, that's it's hard. You gotta focus on that right in front
Yeah,
of you,
that's right.
it's really
That's
hard
right.
sometimes, and,
That's right.
that's something, I'd like to say, what we were talking about with me, like, trying to, do better on the road and stuff, driving, and
Yeah.
guys, it's like going to the gym. You can't go in there way out of shape and go in there and lift weights for one day
Yeah.
and, walk half a mile on a treadmill and then go home and think that you should see results.
Yeah.
Same thing, man. It's
Same
not
thing.
going to happen overnight.
No.
For me, it took a longer time than maybe some. For some, it might happen quicker, but I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not necessarily a quick progress or
Yeah.
process. There are things that you can do, to
That's
help,
right.
just try. But the main thing is not focus on what could happen.
Right.
Focus on what is happening,
Right. Right. Right.
and if you
Right.
look
Right.
around, you will see uh so many things, that are, like, for me personally, and for you as family men, like, we can look around and we can see so many things that you could never even count up the blessings,
Yeah.
it's just,
Okay.
oh, it's so overwhelming, and I am one of the most guilty in the world of looking past all of those blessings to find
That one
the
thing.
one little thing that's gonna make my day
Yeah. Yeah.
worse
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah. Yeah.
or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
it took me a long time to really and I still have to,
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like, deliberately tell myself, "Hey, man, don't think about it. Think about this.
Right. Right.
Do this. Do something with your hands, something, whatever it might
Do
be to get
something.
your mind off of it," like you with the
You've got
guitar,
to.
me with the
I've got to
guitar.
echo Zach.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah.
I
Hit
don't
that
know what
thing right
happened
now.
here. Am I good now?
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
No. It's
No?
still not right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gonna take the echo cancellation off, or we've got feedback coming. Now it's good, but you're muted. But yeah, we were talking about PTSD, and we were talking about these numbers on the suicide rates, guys. And you're still muted, my brother, but you're good. You'll get it back. Yeah, but we were talking about PTSD. I'm gonna bring this little graphic back up here that we have. Uh, that's okay. Hey, Zach, if you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Zach? Yay or nay? All right. I don't think he can hear me. So if you can hear me, drop out of the studio and then come back in, and it'll reset your settings. Just have all your stuff on when you leave out, and then come back in and it'll reset you, and you'll be good. All right. Well, that's if we're doing good. All right. Well, yeah, we were talking about PTSD and the suicide. 49,000 people died by suicide in 2023. One death every 11 minutes. That's what Zach was talking about when we first started this. Was you know, one death every 11 minutes, man. And he made the comment about, like, we were 15 minutes in. And that means that one person, maybe more, died from suicide, that maybe we could have, just by having a way to reach out and share and be able to just get something off their chest, then you may could you know have saved a life. Zach, if you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just say yes or no if you can hear me. Can you drop out and then come back in? All right. Yeah, Jeremy's Closet, I see you, man. I seen your comment there. I'm here. I got attracted by the word suicide in the thumbnail. Had to listen. I remember when I didn't want to be here when I was 22. It was when I turned to substances to cope, and that happens. That happens a lot. And then you as well as I know, then it just starts compounding the issue over and over and over again. Um, let me let him know through the chat here to drop out and come back. Let's see if he gets this. All right, guys. Let's see if he gets that. A little bit of technical issues. He'll get it figured out. It's all right. It's good learning experience. I see you, Sanja Hako. I see you. Thank you for being here. I'm doing great. This is my best friend Zach. We were talking about PTSD and bringing some awareness to the suicide rates, and we both have had our personal struggles with because it doesn't necessarily have to be veterans. Veterans suffer with PTSD as well, but others as well. So it's not just limited to that. But yeah, it's such a topic where you know there's a lot of like doctors and stuff out there and everything for people to reach out to. But it's the idea of the like some of the people that we've seen and doctors that you see and others. It's like you feel such a stigma around like just being able to explain how you feel, like truly explain how you feel. I see you, brother Dapper. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your support, man. I thank you. Yeah, it's I appreciate everybody. I thank y'all. This has been one of those topics that Zach and I not only have we personally dealt with, we've seen our friends deal with it, we've seen our family deal with it. And you see people just in life, and you pass people on. I'll pass people on the street now, or pass people at the store, and I can't help but just remind myself that you just don't never know what people are going through. Maybe a howdy, maybe whatever. Maybe that's enough to snap them out of some bad thought. Just saying, "Hey, man, what's up?" And being friendly with somebody. Maybe that's enough to change their heart, or just say, "Man, that stranger just was awful nice to me." And that's sometimes the big thing. All right, we got brother Zach back. If you can hear me, my man. Let's
Hey,
see.
can you hear me?
There you go. You're back, right? When that
Somebody
happens,
commented,
bro.
who was that? They said drop
Hey,
out and come back in. Jeremy's Closet.
yeah,
Hey, thank
Jeremy.
you. Uh,
You got your noise cancellation on yeah, it sounds good on my side.
Sounds good
Sounds
now.
good.
I don't know
Yep.
what happened, man. I was just sitting here,
It
nothing moved
doesn't.
or anything.
Well,
Strange.
look, when that happens, just remember if you're on another live stream or with me, when that happens and you can't hear or get it back to the set, just drop out and then come back and I don't know why, but if I have to do it too sometimes, like I don't even know exactly what it is, but hey,
Right.
we back, we
Hey,
got her back
hey, I
under
made it
control.
back.
I was just saying,
Roll to Major Tom.
trying to square the corners on this and or round the corners on this and just kind of bring it back in to
Yeah.
we were just trying to talk about the numbers behind this, guys. It's so scary to think about it. All right, we've been on for 48 minutes. You know what I mean? So that means 6 people, maybe more,
Yeah,
from suicide.
so every 11 minutes, you got, like, what, 4 people? 4 people?
It'd be about
48 minutes?
5 people, be about
Yeah,
5
man.
people, maybe more. Like we say, then them numbers are skewed because you don't really know for sure who how many
Absolutely.
or anything like that. Um,
Yeah, because a
yeah,
lot of people just never go. They just
yeah,
sit and
they just
suffer,
sit there.
or they wind up one of the suicide numbers, which is
Yeah.
very sad, you
Yeah,
know?
and it is. It's like all you have to do is, and that's what I was talking about while you dropped out. Is like I truly do now. Like, well, you know how I am anyway. But when I
Yeah,
go to the store, like I let it cross my mind that man, maybe just a howdy or hey, what's up, man? You doing good? Whether I know the person or not, maybe
yep,
that's enough to snap them out of their thought as they're walking out the door to go get in the truck. Maybe that's enough to say, "Well, man, that's strange. Like, that was awful
yeah,
nice."
yeah, that's nice
That
of you,
like,
make them smile, maybe,
yeah, uh, uh,
uh,
there's, and just being not saying that you have to try to save the world. I'm just saying that could save somebody. That could be enough to just get that thought, like, just
yeah,
being nice, just saying,
just
"Hey, what's
get
up,
it to
man?" You
move
know what I
on
mean?
past.
And yeah, it's not hard to just be cognizant of not and I my uncle Jerry. talked about this one time to me several years back, and though I may not seem as if I listen, I compute pretty good, and
Right.
he made it a point that, it's about what we allow to come out. And if you practice, you were talking about it, when you're at the
Mhm.
gym, you can't go there and expect your muscles to be ready to do everything you ask them and keep doing it. But
No.
over time, you build it up. And if you practice putting out good and you practice sending out good things and good vibes and just good spirit, the next thing you know, it becomes a habit. The next
Right.
thing you know, it is a unconscious thought to just be aware of the words that come out of your mouth and say, "I ain't
Well
saying that. I'm not gonna
well,
act that
now
way," you know?
well, just like with the gym thing, like, now I can recognize it myself, like,
Mhm,
instead of my muscles, like
mhm.
you're talking your muscles get like, where it's like, "Oh, if you don't get that pump, now your muscles don't feel right."
Right.
Well, now, if I'm not laughing and carrying on with my kids in the morning, I'm like, "Whoa, what's wrong
Yeah.
here?" You
I need
know what
to
I
do
mean?
something. Yeah. Need to
Because
do
something's not
something.
right, you know what I mean? And I gotta do something here, and,
Yeah. What can
it's
I
just
do? What can I do to
yeah,
make
what
this
can I
happen?
do? Yeah, what's going on here, you
Yeah.
know?
What will be
Uh,
the most embarrassing thing I can do for my girls before we get to school today?
what
Hmm.
can I do?
Yeah, like I'm the dude that's going to sleep that night thinking, what would be a great thing for dad to do tomorrow when we get yeah, like, ah, yeah, yeah, that would be great. Like go to sleep thinking, yeah, they'll be completely embarrassed after we get done.
Oh, yeah, they'll
Like,
love this.
yeah, this will
Yeah,
be perfect for them. And it's like, but like you said, man, lighten things up a little bit for yourself. Like give yourself that freedom to lighten up a little bit and say, I deserve to have some fun. I deserve
yeah,
to be happy. I deserve to be, free of this burden because you do. You
you
do.
do.
Hey, brother Dapper, thank you for being here in
Absolutely.
Jeremy's closet. And Tommy Kenyon in the house. Brother Tommy, thank you for being here. And you know that if you know that you're welcome on the panel as well anytime, just like Brother Sean knows. But shout out to you, man. I know you've been busy and we were talking about a subject that I know that not only do you have a lot of knowledge of, but that you also, you feel led and important. It's important to you as well to try your best in your way to get it out because that's all we're doing is like we're trying our best to just be as open and honest with you about our thought process. And there's going to be days in the future where maybe we go into the harder areas and maybe we talk about like where our minds were at certain points and stuff. Today, it's about bringing awareness to being aware of you. Like, hey, you deserve the time that you feel you deserve. Don't
Yeah,
question that. And when
yes.
you ask for help, do it without. Don't be apologetic. Don't hold your explanations back. If you feel like like if my explanation to the doctor has to be like, look, dude, I feel like I'm getting ready to explode inside my head without no blood and guts. It's just going to be my brain matter go crazy. If you feel that way, say
Right.
that
You have to
because
let
there's
them know.
probably been 10 million other people that said that to doctors and they know what's going and then they'll say,
They'll be
okay,
like,
well, look,
"Oh, okay, alright." Yeah,
yes, they'll be able to and I'm telling you, that's what they need to hear so that they know, "Okay, I hear what you're saying." So you trying to don't ever try to downplay how you truly
no,
feel. If I
no.
man, if I go to the doctor and I've been having chest pains,
Mhm.
I make myself an appointment, I go to the doctor, and I just rely on him to find something wrong so that I know the chest pain. Hey, I'm
Yes.
liable to die of a heart attack that evening just because I didn't say, "Doc, look, I've been
Look,
having
I
this
got
weird
this,
feeling
man.
in my chest. I think you might ought to focus right here. I think that there's something going on." And
Something going on
seriously,
here, doc.
like
Yeah,
in
man.
all reality, you go for a checkup and it's supposed to be a wellness checkup. Well, if you don't be honest with them, then you're relying on that person to try to detect something when you got a big body. So if I know that like I'm having a pain here, if I go to the doctor and I say, "Look, I'm having pain,"
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you where, but you find it. Well,
You
they
find
might look all over you and say, "You
right,
look
dude.
perfect to me, bro." Ain't
You
nothing
want
wrong
me
with
to
it.
do for
But
you?
if I said I'm having a pain right here and it's killing me, they
Yeah.
might say they might do their test and on the first test be like, dude, you got a kidney stone. We need to get you in the doctor and get this thing out of you. But if
Right.
I didn't
Right.
say, man, my pain's right here, bro. If I didn't say that, they wouldn't know it.
Mhm.
So
You'll never know it.
just be cognizant that your feelings on things are the way that people are going to be able to identify and associate other people that's had the same issue and say, okay, well, maybe it's that maybe this is the direction we need to go. Maybe this is something that might be the issue. So I just want to that's something that I want to push out there because I am the world's worst about I have been in one of these life journeys where I have
Mhm.
learned to cope with things over time just because life that's the hand that you get. That's cool. But at the same time, it gives you a little bit of a, like you toy around with your, oh, I've been through this before, it'll go away. Well, you might reach one of those levels where I've been through this before, don't go away. And maybe if you just go on the doctor and tell them you're having an issue,
Mhm.
maybe they could get it right and it would go. So
Hey, and
same
something
thing.
too, like, as far as, like, with what's happening with you, sometimes you have to be honest with the doctor and tell them what happened to you.
Yeah, indeed.
You
Indeed.
know, like,
Indeed.
because a lot of people will be embarrassed
Yeah.
or they'll be, they don't wanna put themselves thinking about it, so they don't think about it enough, you know what I'm saying? They won't
Mhm.
tell the doctor, and, it's like, we've been focusing, we're a couple of guys here, man, but, uh, like, right here, I can say this is from 1999,
Is this
2010. This is off of the Viet no,
that's not the
I
one.
don't think that's it down there,
Okay.
man, that's
Sorry
the
about that.
different one I brought up. It says, the suicide rate in the US population among males was 19.4 per 100,000
Wow.
compared to 4.9 per 100,000 in females,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Oh, right, but then alright, so remember that number, 19.4 per 100,000 for
Wow.
those years. Well, and then it says, based on the most recent data available, this was in fiscal year 2009, it's outdated, but for that time, the suicide rate among male veteran VA users was 38.3 per
Dang.
100,000 compared to 12.8 per 100,000 in females. Look at I mean, that's a huge,
See,
huge,
see.
like, if you go per capita, what group you place people in. I mean, oh my gosh, man, the numbers skyrocket among veterans compared to civilians, and it's sad,
It is.
and
It is.
I just I I hate to see anyone go try to get help and get bad help.
Yeah.
I hate for anyone to not go try to get help because of bad help. Does that make sense? If you had a bad experience with something or someone somewhere along the way was trying to get this figured out, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
somewhere else. I just went to another doctor, my whole situation. Some of these people know, and like, I had the most pleasant appointment with one of the coolest doctors I've ever met in my life, and I didn't even know the man existed until I was like, "Yo, I gotta go somewhere else." You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And it's amazing. Don't ever think that if you have one bad experience with it, that they're all like that because they're not. They're not. There's bad apples in every bushel, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
You have bad
Hey,
welders, you have
I have
bad
another
fabricators, you have bad
I have
doctors.
another echo, bro.
Ah, sorry, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what's up with this thing.
Yeah. It's
It's been ignorant.
it's better now, man. Yeah.
Better now, man.
Yeah. Because you can't have. Yeah. I can't even. There's nothing. I can't even talk because it's like, like yeah.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Is
No,
it
it's
good
not
now?
you that echoes. It's me.
Oh,
It's me. When it does it, it's me that echoes. It's not you. You sound
oh,
fine, but when it does that stuff, it's terrible on my I can't say nothing.
oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's not you. Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
my side
yeah.
that it does that, like, skipping thing. It doesn't let it do it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
like
you're good.
Tommy over here commented, "This is right." things with the doctor are supposed to be confidential. Exactly,
Mhm.
man. They can't violate HIPAA. You
That's
know,
right.
they know their jurisdictions and what they can and can't do, and but when you go to a medical doctor and it's supposed to be for what you're dealing with, uh, they well, more than likely, they're gonna do what they can to help you. They don't
Yeah.
wanna see anybody go down a bad
That's
path.
why they did what they did for a living. They want to help.
Exactly,
They
man, like
want to help you, man.
yeah,
I mean, most,
yeah,
there's a bad apple in every bushel,
that's what
so,
I'm saying,
you know.
like, every so often, like we said, you got bad welders, you got bad drivers, you got bad so, yeah, sometimes you just go in maybe they're not bad doctor, maybe they just don't know what
No,
your situation,
yeah,
like,
and it is considered a practice. I
it
mean,
is,
it's a
it is,
practice. It's
it's
not
a
a it like, me and you could have kidney problems, but your kidney problems can require an entirely different set of things to treat it than what my kidney problems might require. Just
right,
because of our bodies are different, the way that
mhm,
we're put together.
mhm,
So it's the same way with the way that we compute things in our head. It's like just because somebody else is able to process high stress or whatever or whatever it is,
mhm,
does not mean that the person standing right beside them won't faint.
no,
I mean, there's people that can't even see blood or they'll fall out. And then there's people that can cut open your guts and put it back together and eat a bologna sandwich and
yeah,
not think nothing of it. So,
yeah, it's like I was telling you about my buddy when I mentioned his dog that he lost, and he just, like, melted, and I was like, "Bro, where I'm at, in my life and where I guess where we're from, and I grew up on a big farm, it sucks, nobody wants to lose an animal, but, like, you kind of accept it after a little bit, and you just
yeah,
man, some people just can't. Not everybody's wired the same. So like what might be real easy for me to just say, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." You might uh not be able to even deal with it,
that's it.
'cause I mentioned the man's dog and he visibly like got a teary eye. The man had to leave the room.
Yeah,
And it wasn't something that yeah, I don't know. It's just it goes back to what you're saying, man, is everybody's what's good for one might not be good for the other, and everybody's wired different,
everybody's wired different.
and it's
And
important to find the things for you, personally as a human being to go and find the things that help you, and comfort you and make you happy,
it is.
things that you want to do, you
And
know?
you deserve it. Remember
Yeah,
that. You
absolutely.
deserve it.
Yes.
That's the key is like guys, we get caught up in family, we get caught up in all this, and we start tricking ourselves into thinking that everything else is more important. But guys, without you, those things don't get done. So
Right.
you have to be selfish enough to give yourself that time so that
Yeah.
you can be there the way that Zach's talking about in the morning. Instead of being Mr. Sour Face and upset right off the rip, let's
Yeah.
just be happy and, like, let me see how I can figure out how to embarrass my girls and get a laugh out of them or something.
Yeah.
That is a good morning. That's like, okay, now you've set your spirit up. You have set your spirit up now for success because
Yeah.
you started off with a smile and seeing your girls walk out and go into the schoolhouse and say, "My girls are safe. I
I'm
done what I
glad
needed
that
to
everybody's
goddamn."
good, in a good mood. If they come home upset, this one ain't on dad.
Yeah, dad left them in a
That's
great
cool.
mood. I'm back to echoing again. E
Oh, man, I don't know
Every
what's
time you move, it does it.
I won't
You're
move.
good. Yeah, stuff like that. But, I'm gonna play us a song for a second because 'cause I'm gonna go grab me a drink, and then, I don't even
I'm
know
gonna
what ti
refill my coffee if you do
we
that. That would be
man, we've already been going an hour and
oh, we
15
are an
minutes.
hour and 4 alright, well, you figure we're an hour and 4 minutes into this thing, dude. We're talking, what, 6 people?
Yeah, man, 6 of
You
them
know what I
listening
mean?
and countless others out there in the
6
world,
6
being
people
able
that
to hear.
well,
And
in the time we've been speaking, man, there have been 6 people in this country that have taken their own lives.
yeah, man.
And
Or more.
or more, and bar that's the average, so bar uh the ones that have severe mental problems that they're you know what I'm talking about, the severe problems.
Mm,
Uh, man, don't be one of those numbers, you know?
no, no, go
Go get
ahead and
your help, man.
go ahead and get your help. I see brother Tommy. Tommy, we're gonna play your song out here for a second, and then when we come back, we'll bring everybody up and we'll all talk for a minute. But I'm gonna go grab me a drink. Zach's gonna get him a cup of coffee. We're gonna play brother Tommy's song that he done for us there, and then we'll be back here in just a few minutes, and we'll wrap this thing up. And I think as like Zach said, as we go away, man, we're thinking about like the people that just in a few minutes that we play this song that could possibly take their lives because it's that real. It is that real that
It is
during a
that
three
real.
minute song, there is more than likely, if you figure out of 5 minutes or out of however many minutes, there's probably going to be someone die. And it's going to be maybe something that if we could have just a simple act of kindness or something that was just a howdy, just a hey man, what's up? How you doing today? That kind of passing, and somebody just be like, oh, well, that was cool. That was
Mhm.
nice. I don't know who he is, but hey man, what's up? You know what I mean?
And you
So
just never know who you're talking to.
you
You
never
know,
know,
I'm
man.
big on that with my kids, you treat everybody as nice and as kind and be good to everybody best you can because you don't ever know who that person is or who that person has been or who that person might be.
Well, and
You
that cute little smile out of a little girl at some
Mhm.
fella that you're walking past in the store could be like, "Wow, man, yeah,
Oh,
wow.
man.
What a pretty little girl. She just waved and smiled at me
Look
like,
at that
"Okay,
fam look
cool,
at
man.
them. Look at them kid
Yeah,
look at
man,
them,
like,
man,
man,
something
like,
like, I've
this
actually told
world's worth
people
it. This
I've told
world's
people
worth it."
before, like, I've seen stuff and actually been like, "Hey, man, you just, like, restored my faith in humanity a little
Oh,
bit."
yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
You have those
indeed.
moments
You
sometimes.
you have yeah, man, indeed. I
Mm.
agree. All right, guys, we'll be back here in just a few minutes. This is brother Tommy Kenyon's song, run by Tommy Kenyon. We appreciate you via I don't even know how to say Suno. But shout out to you, brother Tommy. Shout out to everybody in the house. Gen X, I appreciate you, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few minutes and we'll be wrapping this thing up. We appreciate y'all.
Got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy band, he told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might. So I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patience and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, run, run.
Good job. Outstanding job, Brother Tommy. Good job. We got Brother Zach in the house at Handy Capable. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Shout out to each and every one of them. Let me come through and say hi to everybody. Uh, yeah, we got Brother Tommy. He's in here in the house with us. We'll bring him up here in just a second when he's ready. Gen X Effects, how you doing, man?
Sorry, that's
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, Gen X, I see you there, brother. Shout out to you, Dapper. What's up, man? Good morning, good afternoon. Appreciate you being here, my man. Thank you. Uh, hello, Tommy. Tommy, disclaimer? I'm not a doctor. Tommy's not a doctor. He just wanted me to let it. He did put it right here. He just wanted me to let everybody know he's not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last
I did. Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, and I do
You
have
remember
Siri.
those commercials? Man,
I do have Siri.
I do
Hey,
have Siri,
oh, never
yeah.
mind. Hold on.
Like,
Siri, go to bed. I love being able to say that. I love that. I love that. It makes me feel. I ain't gonna lie. Like I pretend like Siri. Like when Courtney leaves,
uh,
I'll pretend like Siri's my wife, and I'll tell her to like
aw,
do
hey,
stuff.
Siri. Hey,
Yeah,
Siri.
yeah. I
Uh,
just like the effort. Even if Siri can't do it, I just like she jumps right to it, and it just feels better for me. No,
Siri will get right on that, bro. Yeah,
she makes me
it's
feel
kinda her
better.
gig,
She makes me feel better because
That's
if I
Siri's
ask her
whole thing.
something, she does her best to answer me, and I just appreciate that.
Yeah, she
As a
don't make
married man, I can promise you
not
90% of the
a
questions I ask go unanswered.
go on in.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if too many of my answers are getting or too many of my questions are getting answers, then I know
Yeah,
there's a problem.
yeah,
It's
something's
like
up.
there's an issue here. Yeah, what have I done?
What did I do?
Jeremy's Closet,
Um,
appreciate you being here with us and being a part of everything. I see you on Wawa and get ready with your song, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you okay. All right, I'm gonna check my email. Yeah, man. Oh, I'm always ready, brother Dapper. And I gotta say, man, once again, while we're talking about it, hey, to be at that 100,000 mark and know how hard you've had to work to actually get there and how much time, because I was a part of listening to a little bit of your journey, and it was like, dude, that's been a lot of years spent putting that channel together. So shout out to you, brother Dapper. I appreciate the invite, and I'm excited to be there. Let me know what I need to do, and I'll get it accomplished. Elevated Einstein, Amira, appreciate you, Sanja Hako. Guys, this has been an excellent chance to get to sit and just be open and honest about something. Let me bring brother Tommy. Are you ready, man? Are you good? I'm bringing him up anyway because I'm the boss around here.
Tommy,
Yeah,
Tommy,
Tommy, here he
Tommy,
is, man. Here
Tommy,
he is, brother
Tommy.
Tommy in the house, man.
Okay.
Our Toastmaster, man. What's
Visiting
up?
like 3 clubs yesterday.
Yeah, I seen your what do you call it? Reel or video on I actually went to both your YouTube, I think, and Instagram, but I seen where you had been and been pretty busy. Let's see here.
Hello.
Reading the last comment.
I was wondering if you froze up. I was like,
Are
well, I
you
guess he
there?
ain't gonna. I was getting ready to start deducting some of them letters off your title. You wasn't gonna answer me. And I start hitting, we start hitting no, man, it's good to
I
see you,
need
man. Hey,
to I need to get what the put the blinders on and look focused on
yeah,
the camera.
yeah, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon to you, brother Tommy. Yeah, I know you said you had been pretty busy and that, but that's a man. I mean, that's good that you do. I mean, that's a big thing. That's great. What and all is it that you got going on with us, Tommy? Share with us for a minute, brother.
Helping supporting someone who's traveling and helping to visit some clubs, putting some reports together, and that was got them done talking with the clubs and then submitting them and
Yeah.
giving the clubs a voice so they know that someone actually is out there wanting to come visit them and they get a voice in the district.
It's awesome, man. That is awesome, dude. Shout out to you, brother Tommy. Yeah, what a good song, right, Jeremy? Hey, good job on your song, Tommy. That was a great job, man. Oh, yeah, that's a outstanding
You know,
job.
you know how I put that together, right? The big thing. The title of it came from what we were, and the last time I was coming on talking with you, and we were like, it was more of like the run, jump in the octagon thing,
Yeah,
but and we were like, you better run, run, run. So
yeah.
it took that a lot, but I actually took the chat and made the chat into song lyrics from that day. So
Tommy,
it was
I'm
a
gonna
bunch
tell
of
you,
all of us putting.
you got one more song, and you make me feel that way again, and I'm coming to wherever you're at, and you might have you might be like, "God, I don't want to marry you," and I'm gonna be like, "Well, I'm here anyway."
But
I've
it wasn't
already.
just me. It wasn't just me.
Well, I'll marry every one of you then.
Everyone. It
No,
was everyone.
that was awesome. What a creative, what a creative way to take. That was cool. That's cool. Shout out to you, man. That was cool. And the video. Like, I mean, well, I mean, and I did look fairly well, but I mean, I'm just saying the other, not just me, but the video was just a cool like a cool visual idea of what you had going on and the way you melded real material, a little splash of this and a little splash of that was cool, man. So good job, man. Good job. Way to get in the game with the song thing, man. That's the way I like it, man. Because I say bring it on. As a songwriter and a musician, I say bring it on. It doesn't matter to me how it gets here because it's like still it's motivating. It's like, okay, I see how you can use some of these tools at your disposal to make some really nice stuff, make some really cool stuff. Learning along the way. So, yeah, shout out to you, Jeremy's Closet.
No
Shout out
doubt.
to everybody here, guys. We've been
No
really
doubt.
talking about. I'm gonna bring up this one more time while we're just going over, touching on the high spots, what we've been talking about today. But
Yeah,
on
I
our
just
thumb,
put a graph in there, guy, for us.
okay,
That's the
okay.
page I looked, and that goes right back to where we were at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, we've been talking today about, the numbers behind PTSD and suicide and just
Wow.
focusing in on what those numbers mean. 1 in 11 deaths, one death every 11 minutes, and then 12.8 million people thought about suicide in 2023. So that should give you some type of confidence, in my opinion, that at
Yeah.
least you know that there's a lot of people that not only need help, but there's a lot of people that seek help too. There
Yeah, man.
there's a lot of folks out there that are proudly saying, "Hey, I need help." They're proud and they're getting it, and they're getting the help that they need. And in some cases, for you veterans out there, guys, there's stuff that's owed to you. Go get it. Go
Go
get
get
it.
it. Go
Don't be
get it.
ashamed. Don't say, "Oh, well, I did it for." Okay, look,
Dude, I
I'm
did
all
that for
cool. I'm
years.
all cool with that bravado stuff.
I was like,
But
"Give it to somebody that
no,
deserves it."
no, no, you
It was
deserve
me
it
the
too.
whole time, you
Go
know?
get your
Finally,
go get
someone
your
convinced me.
stuff. If you just go get it.
Yes,
You deserve it. You let somebody else decide whether you don't deserve it.
that's right.
You
That's
go
right.
you go do what you gotta do, and you let the people that's supposed to decide whether you get it or not decide it, because you might just be surprised. You
You
might
gotta
just
go
be like,
talk to them and let them know, be honest with them, and you
"Yep,
might be surprised at what you get back.
that's yep,
You
yep."
would might the answers that you get back, you know?
Coming from an American man, I'm gonna tell you what, if you served our country and you did it honorably and you feel like you need something, you go ask for it. And
Go
and
get
and
that.
and there's people out there that'll fight on your behalf to get it.
I
So
agree with that.
that's just the way
Absolutely.
that is. So, I don't care if it was for a year. I don't care if it was 4 years. I don't care if it's for 50 years. If you served our country honorably and you're struggling or you feel like you could use some extra help, then go ask for it, because it's hard to say what might be out there for you. You might be really surprised, because I truly don't even know. But I know it's worthy of you asking for it. Don't be
Well,
ashamed.
I tell you, like I was talking about the new doctor that I just went to, and like I didn't even know I have vision coverage with my VA, whatever I got, and I was like, wait a minute, man, I haven't been to the eye doctor since I dropped my private insurance when
Right.
and
I
like
might would have glasses I could see out of if I
I'd
knew that.
probably be able to actually see something.
Yeah. Was y'all trying to make me not be able to see?
Hey,
I
and you know what?
mean,
It took like all of a day, and I'll have an eye doctor appointment right here in town. It's like
and that's something. And that's
I don't
something.
even
So
know.
there you go. Prime example. And that's a small example, guys.
Oh
You
yeah,
might be coming out of your pocket or not getting what you help that you need, and you might have an abundance of help out there ready to jump in with it. You never know. So
well,
go ask for help. You need help, go ask for it. There ain't no shame in it. So let somebody else tell you whether you deserve uh the benefit.
right.
If you're I'm talking military or veteran or something like that. If you're Hey man, if you deserve if like I say, if you served our country, go ask for it.
Hey, if
They'll
you're
tell you
serving
whether
out
you
there,
can.
they'll let you know.
They'll
They'll
let you
let you know.
know. Yeah.
They
They'll
will
let you
let you
know.
know for sure, bro.
Don't never be afraid to, like I say, man, for those, especially our veterans, if you have served our country and it, you come out honorably, served our country, then you let somebody else decide whether you deserve that benefit. You go ask for it if you feel like you deserve it. And they got people that's paid
Hey,
to go through and decide whether you should get it and all that kind of stuff.
hey,
Because
back to what Richard said, the old neighbor, man, you got nothing to lose but your ass. And if
you
you go
go,
in and you got problems,
go ask.
uh, go, go,
Mm.
Yeah,
go.
I'm with you, brother.
The only way I can say it is don't hesitate ever. You don't
Yep.
want to be one of these stats.
Hey, I
You
see,
know?
There's Miss LaShawn. Yep, she says exactly the same thing. Get your benefits. As
Hey, and
simple
I'm
as
telling
that.
you. You think about the population, and we're talking about numbers, man. You figure, in the military in general, overall, you have like, everybody, your big number. Now you start breaking that down into different jobs, right? You break it down into this job, that job. Well, then you get like, say, you're like your fighting men, so to speak, your infantry guys, your artillery guys, those kind of people. Those numbers are smaller and smaller and smaller nowadays. And like when you think about how the percentage of the population that someone who was actually one of the smaller numbers of the military and then actually went into a place where there were, bad things happening, and like uh in the I don't know what you call hot places, whatever, combat zones, I guess, and like people that went into these places that uh the numbers are so small. When you
Yeah.
break it down, man, it's like so when we look at the numbers like we were talking about, the percentage between civilians and veterans, it's like those numbers are so small anyway of the people that would be affected by these things that we're
Mm,
talking about.
mhm,
When you break it down, it's like there's a certain group of, you know, of the population that is 100% more at a risk of having these kinds of things, you know what I'm saying? Just based on where they were at, you know? So
mhm,
when you think about that from like we were saying, the numbers compared, when you look at the percentages of people on the side compared to the percentages of people that have reported their PTSD, and then you look at the numbers of the percentage of the people who served in certain roles within the military,
mhm.
it, you clearly see a correlation. You know what I'm
It
saying? It's
it
not like some guys, I ain't telling you why. Something might happen to somebody while they're in the warehouse,
right,
that
right.
traumatizes them, but it's not the
As
warehouse that
likely as
traumatizes
the
them.
artillery guys out there.
Right,
I
or
get
the
you, or the
grunt up there
infantryman
in
or
the
whoever it is.
totem
Yeah.
hole, you know what I'm
I feel
saying?
you, there's levels of danger
There are
in
levels
which that we're
involved,
talking.
you know?
This is like, that's yeah, I'm with you. And I was thinking about it like this. Okay, if you can focus in on, okay, let's say for example, I'm just going like the infantryman. I'm just going to say
Right,
because that we can make a okay, there's a group of people. Let's
right,
say
here
out of
we are.
that group, let's say out of that group of people that it was however much percentage it was that
Mhm,
had issues. If it was one of the higher rated percentages of people that served in that area that come out that have some really terrible issues,
mhm,
then maybe there should be some type of way or some way
right,
that in the most non-inclusive way, it's mandatory that if you serve in this section, that upon your release, that
right,
you keep up with this individual who's your mentor or your release counselor as you
mhm,
leave out, that you report to them weekly and just talk to them, let them know what you're doing, how you're doing, and make it a point that look, you have this is your every week we
mhm.
expect this out of you because we care
I'm gonna
and
keep a check
because
on
we
you, man.
know, yeah, we know that based on numbers and based on statistics that when we put men and women in areas like this, they have a real tough time sometimes and it's a big number, so we require that you agree to that, you serve and you serve honorably and you do what you got to do, but then when you come home, we also want you to know you ain't quite gone yet. We're right there with you. We got this
Yeah,
person.
we're
This is who you reach out to. And
mhm,
make it somebody like for you. I know you always talked about like certain ranked individuals that once they reach that rank, it was like, dude, that's freaking stellar. No matter
yeah,
who you
that's
are,
the
you
thing.
reach that
Yeah,
rank, it's
yeah,
stellar. Well, maybe there would be certain ones of them that would say, you know what? I am
some old
doing
Sergeant Major.
well at like maybe have a certain few of them or somewhere like okay, this is you now become when these men come home, they're you just talk to them for 30 minutes a week, maybe 5 of these men that we send home or 10 of these women
Yeah.
or whatever it is that we're talking about
Oh, that
and
would be a
give them,
wonderful program.
yeah, like you know how like if you were a private and come out and then all of a sudden, or you're a little sergeant or a corporal and you've served and you was in combat, and then you know when you leave that every week you're going to talk to a sergeant major or a colonel or somebody that just gives you the 30 minutes to say, hey, bro, how we doing, man? Look, I hope you got you tightened up and have you got you know, what are you doing with yourself? Because that's the kind of
Mhm.
people that those people are used to dealing with and hearing that voice like, hey,
Like,
bro, you're no longer in here with us, but I'm still here with you. What are we doing?
you're still
You know,
good, like, "You
it,
alright?"
like
"How's
when,
things
hey, for
been?"
example, how good did it make you feel that that dude that was your
Oh my
commanding
god,
officer
bro,
came
yeah,
to
it was
our
my
deli to
bro, he was my
purposely see you?
bro, let me tell you, that man is
Made your day,
literally
made your week,
yeah, I
made
got
your
chill bumps just thinking about the dude, for real, and that's crazy, man, nothing weird, nothing, Hey,
yeah,
this guy's a true legend. Like,
yeah,
it
yeah.
I told his dad, one time I saw his dad at the landfill, and I was like, "Bro, he'd be one of the 4 Marines I'd ever pick if I got to choose a fighting team or a fire team," you know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
yeah,
that dude literally, and he came out there because he was my platoon sergeant, and like I was able to see him, and dude, I didn't even know. It was like, holy cow, this man is the caliber of human being that he is. He took the time out of his life to come see some old Marine like me that served under him and got out of private first class. You know what I'm saying? But he remembered me. He
Yeah,
remembered specific
yeah, he did.
things about
Well,
me.
and you know what I thought was pretty cool, because his wife was there with him? I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was pretty cool that he referred to you as, "This is one of my Marines."
Yeah,
You
this
know
one
what I
of my
mean? Like,
Marines.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
And that's an honor to have
Well
that come out of a man like that's mouth. It's
well,
like,
that
you
oh,
know
yeah. Heck
you know,
yeah, I'll go
no
with
matter what your
go
rank.
with him. I'm with him, you know?
Yeah,
But
no
it's
matter what
funny
your rank.
because
He didn't
when I
care
was
about your rank no more.
nah,
You were
nah,
just a
it was
Marine.
over. Yeah, that's one of my Marines, man. And
Yep.
I'll tell you this, when I say I got out of there at private first class and stuff, well, he was my platoon sergeant when I got my rank taken. He never looked at me any different. He
Yeah.
actually came to me later and was like, "Hey, man, we got this big training thing. I need some help. Come help me train these guys." He wasn't like that drill instructor in my
Right.
face, but he could have been because
Yeah.
that's him. That's the guy. Like he's the picture of it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And like, um,
He
when
definitely
something
can
like,
yell.
oh my gosh, yeah, he makes
Yeah.
me feel like nothing. Real, you just want to hide behind this microphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but it's
Yeah.
funny because he was, like, on Paris Island, and when I was going through boot camp, he was there as a one of the martial arts guys, you know what I mean? And, like,
Yeah.
he was part of my Marine Corps career the whole time, and he didn't even know it, and
Right.
then he wound up my platoon sergeant there toward the end, and then it was cool, and just an amazing human being, but the whole point of this all is that guy, if you had people like him, retired now, I guess he is, I'm pretty sure, and,
Yeah.
but, have guys that were, uh, do something to kinda stay in contact or make it something that keeps
Well,
people
why
in
not
check,
this?
kinda, you know what I'm saying?
Think about it from both sides. That would give them
Mhm.
also that chance to still be part of the crew. Like, hey, I'm still a leader.
Yeah, to
My men
still
are still
help
counting on
square
me.
his men away, you know what I'm saying?
My
All the
men
way
and
through.
women are still counting on me. I gotta
Yeah.
talk to this one. I gotta let him know that, "Hey, how you doing today? Hey, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? What do
you
we
better
got
get
lined
your
out
stuff
for the day?"
together because you gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? And
Yep,
it would be wonderful,
on both sides.
But instead, when you get out of there, dude, you go to what they call SEPs and TAPs, separations and TAPs. I don't even know what TAPs even stands for. That's how much of a class it is.
Well, it's
You
something
know
they
what I'm
do right
saying?
there at the end, ain't it? It's something they
Dude, it's
do
like
right
they go to SEPs.
that
SEPs is a separations class where you
Yeah,
go in there and you sit for 8 hours with your buddies and laugh, and you try not to and be quiet
right,
so they can talk, and you just do
right,
your best to sit through it. I don't even know what they talked about. I had a
right,
SEPs class in Okinawa. You
right,
really think I was thinking about what the dude in front of me's saying when we're just
right.
no.
It no.
I knew I was getting out, and I knew I'd figure something out. I didn't realize if they could have, we're trained people in that environment. It's all about training and then using your training, and well, if they would actually take, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks, maybe something, do a little something more than just a SEPs class and send you out. Dude, you
Well
don't know what you're coming out here
well,
to.
think
And
about what
I'm speaking for the infantry, personally. Dude, you live where you work and everybody's your boss.
right,
You have great janitorial skills. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And other than that, it's like ain't really a whole lot of jobs out there other than being a cop. You
Actually,
know? What
it's I see such a great opportunity here amongst this conversation because as we speak about this and we talk about the areas of help that's out there, well, what if there was programs available that as men and women who served honorably in our military, that if they seen fit or had the aptitude to want to go into counseling, provide that training on the way out of the military so that
oh,
they
it'd
can
be a beautiful
apply
thing.
that to the people as the others transition out, then they have people that's on board that's just got done going through school and transitioning out, and now they're here to talk to you and support you, and they're getting paid now
Well,
once again to still be doing something where they're applying a skill, and the
oh,
people that are leaving going to do something else have someone already to reach out to. They don't even have to ask because that person's already like, this is who you can reach out to, and they're going to
yeah.
be reaching out to you. You know,
It's like, after your 4 years, like me, I did a 4-year contract. After my 4 years, you still have 4 more years where you're on, like, a recall thing.
right, right,
Well, if they can
Mm.
have you on a recall list and call you up, I had to go to Charlotte one time. My brother took me down there, and because it was a recall thing. Well, I
right,
couldn't be recalled. I was medically, man, I got my head cracked open. They weren't gonna take me back.
right,
You know what I'm
right. It'd
saying?
have to be real bad at that point.
Oh, yeah, it'd have to be big war for
Yeah,
them to come looking for me so
yeah,
bad, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but I had to go, and this was like what? That was I got hurt in '06, so, like, '07, this was 3 years after I was out.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can have a program set up where you're tracking everybody like they are for 3 years, 4 years after they're out anyway, why not just set up something where somebody makes contact just to make a check on these people? On me, dude, I would be like, dude, if somebody, I would answer. I
Yeah,
would at least listen to the voicemail and be
yeah.
like, hey, man, whoa, that was
Or
cool.
or or if they
Some
called you up and
corporal from Lejeune just called to check on me. I don't
or
even know who the guy was, and you would be like, "Well, that was kinda cool." Yeah,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I mean, you could have 4 people a month. They could say, "Hey, brother,
Yeah,
here's
man.
4 individuals that could use a phone call for a half hour each month." And you could have 1 phone call a week where you just called and said, "Hey, man, how's it going, man? Are you doing good? Do I need to help you reach out? Is there
Yeah,
what can I do? I'm here. I'm
just
calling you. You're not calling me. I'm calling you, asking you,
the
how
old
are
buddy
you?"
check, man. The old
Yeah,
buddy
a
check,
buddy check, and
We
it
do it.
gives you
We
a
do it.
sense of responsibility as
Yep,
someone needing to reach out, and it
yep.
gives them a sense of, "Man, someone actually cares enough to call me and say,
They
hey,
call
bro,
check on me, man. I might get up and do something today.
do I
Oh,
need to make a phone call for you? Do I
yeah,
need to make a phone call? Because
yeah.
if you can't do it, I will do it for you." And
Mhm.
those are the types of things that I think there's ability there. I see room for growth, Zach. I see room for growth, Tommy. I see
Absolutely.
these areas where that if we applied the monies and the abilities that we actually have at our fingertips and actually apply them in a true way, then I believe there could be some things there could be a shift in these numbers, a great shift in these numbers because
I do
it
too.
it's
I
it's
think
right
there could
here.
be a whole lot done to shift these numbers, man. Think these numbers we're looking at are like current as we can find. And think about since like I don't know, the great one, World War I guys coming home,
Mhm.
and then following that, and then World War II, Korea, and all of Vietnam, and all these guys that come home from all these different eras. Man, they didn't even know they had no idea.
No.
They're blessed to have a medical understanding, not me. I'm like I said, I'm not a doctor, just common guy. But
Mm,
they have a medical understanding if you go and the doctor is really there being being a doctor.
mm.
Those poor men that came home. I can think of one. He's another guy, Smedley Butler, man. You guys ever guy, you know the name.
Yeah, I
But it's
do.
because he's one of 2 Marines ever to receive 2 Medals of Honor, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Him
mm,
and
mm.
Dan Daly, but Smedley Butler came home. He was a coal miner right up the road here in West Virginia, you know what I mean? And then, he had what they called a nervous breakdown, okay? This is a Marine Corps legend, got a Medal of Honor, came home, working in the coal mines, had a breakdown. Well, what was it? They didn't know. We're talking turn of the century here. You know what I'm saying? 1913 or something. Nobody knew what was going on. Well, he went back in and then he ended up getting another Medal of Honor. He was an amazing human being. But if he would have tried to stay out here or it wouldn't have been available, say he would have lost his leg in his first when he got his first medal. You know what I'm saying? And then he wasn't able to go back. What would have happened to Smedley? You know, he could have been one of those numbers just like any of
Gone.
my friends that are on that list, you know, and uh, it's just we are blessed to be able to have the technology we have today and the means, at least to understand what is going on. And if you can get with a doctor that will take the time and listen to what you've got going on, they will develop an understanding because that's their job. You know, they do great with it. But man, you have people that they didn't even know, you know,
Mm.
for years and years what's been going on. And that was shell shock. You remember, we've all heard that term. Oh, he's shell shocked. Me seeing the pictures of the old guy in the trenches and his eyes are all bugged out. And he's sitting
They're
here like,
they're
yeah, yeah, that's
warriors physically and
And
mentally.
You see them pictures. I've seen those, and it's like, oh my gosh, man! Now that poor guy.
now
You know, you
that's
think
yeah.
about him
I've
like,
I've
what?
heard stories from my dad, and he wouldn't in actual
Mhm,
work and not he wasn't out in like the fighting, but he was
mhm,
military and marine support, and
mhm.
he saw some things that they
Oh,
they the enemy does some inhumane things to gain an edge,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
and they know that us Americans will react or not react a certain way, and that they'll do it just to that to gain an edge in the war or whatever.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
it's
they'll
sad, it's inhumane, and it'll mess you up.
Well,
You
that's
yeah,
can
where
see it.
IEDs come in, man. That's why they put them things out. It's because it don't really kill people, or for the most part, it just it maims people up, and
oh, it's horrible.
it's a
Well, you know,
psychological warfare. Then
there's a whole thing, man. It's so weird. Like I met a man over there when I was in Iraq. I didn't know his name, but he had half of a foot. You know,
yeah,
like it was cut straight off. You know, like even with the front, you know, of his leg. And I was like, man, well, I got the translator, you know, and I'm like, I gotta see what happened to this guy, man. You know, and he's all limping around, and uh, well, it turns out, you know, like you talk about the inhumane things that they do now. This man had 2 sons, and he tried to send his sons out of country because he didn't want them serving in Saddam's regime, you know, and, the guy they got him, the man, and Saddam Hussein himself cut this guy's foot off with a
mm,
handsaw.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like a hacksaw, and then just drops him back off back out in his village, in his town, like, "Yeah, just because your son." You know, and then there was another guy, I remember Jaleel was his name. He used to bring me pita bread every morning. I never ate it. I never did. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, dude," and I'd give it. I wasn't eating it, but he was nice. He spoke English, Arabic, and Yugoslav of all things. You know, he was a very educated man, and he told me like he left the regime. He left to go be trained in Yugoslavia for something. They sent him to college, you know, and then when he came home, he went to go find his mom and his family and everybody, and he's looking around, and it's like, where's mom? Where? What happened? He said he found his mother in a mass grave
mm,
underneath a bridge, and he said that the only way he was able to recognize her was because the color of her robe. You know,
you know
he
something.
recognized it as her robe, you know, and like they do some really bad things, man. You know, they do that's just like in general. So think
Hmm.
about in wartime situations what these people will try to do to mess with the enemy's head, you know, like
Yeah.
when I was over
And
there,
those
they were
people aren't you can't consider those people veterans. They're civilians that's having to figure out how to live with this stuff. Like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so it's just like, not counting just the veterans as well, but I mean, just the poor people that are just living through it.
Oh,
Like, holy
oh
crap, this is
well,
part of your life. Like, this
that
is
was
part of
their
life.
life,
Like,
man. It was
man,
horrible.
that's crazy, man. It
And
is.
then, you think, like, talking about the things they do to try to get inside the enemy's head, their enemy's head, I guess you would say that when we get in our head, like they're hanging people from the bridges
Yeah,
and
it's
they're dragging
insane,
bodies
man.
through downtown, and
Yeah,
and we're like, whoa, bro! And you got the people coming at us soon. You can't even fire at anyone unless you're fired upon, and you got guys walking around with weapons everywhere, and I'm thinking, bro, this
right.
that just
That
doesn't seem like a proper rule of engagement to
it
me, man.
doesn't,
I
does
don't
it?
know what's going on here, And it was just strange how that whole situation worked. I was blown away at the level of evil that I really saw there in my short time there. I wasn't there very long, and it's like didn't take very long because we got a taste of the start of it in
Yeah,
Iraq.
yeah, yeah,
We got what was there and what was to come, I guess to say, and like, man,
yeah,
evil people in this world, bro.
yeah.
That's
It
where I
is.
got my first real taste of it. I've seen some foul stuff along the way and some bad things happen, I guess. But I never really, really had laid eyes on evil until I made a little trip through that country, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Totally
Yeah,
different
man.
level.
Oh
Hey, I'm
yeah.
echoing again.
Sorry, bro. I don't know
Good.
what's up.
I'm gonna go through our comment. Hey, there's Tommy in the house again. They're with us. There's Tommy and Tommy. We got both Tommy here and Tommy there. He's everywhere.
Tommy's
Uh,
everywhere.
yeah, got my mom and sister. I see you, Frau Sippy. I see you. Thank you for being here. Like 18. Thank you very much. Hello from Germany. Howdy from the United States. We appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Brother William in the house. Hope everyone's been blessed today. Shout out to Jeremy's Claus later. All right. See you later, Brother Jeremy. I hope you have a great day, my man. Uh,
Long time no see. I haven't seen
yeah,
Jeremy.
man. Brother Jeremy in the house. He had COVID last week, and he was off from work and everything and wasn't feeling good and everything. So I hope he's feeling better. He apparently is. He's back to work. So shout out to you, my man. Appreciate you coming by and saying hi. Hey, there's Miss Mac. She says, "Good morning, Guy and Zach." And she
Hey,
says,
hey.
"Good morning, Tommy Kenyon, Luciana, and Jeremy. Thank you, surviving together,
I
Miss Mac, Miss
put that
Luciana."
comment up before, but we're talking about when you thinking it, you say it, you feel it, you release it
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
instead of holding it in.
Yeah, you're certainly not gonna.
Whatever it is, if it's a happy, you do it happy. You don't even hang on to happy feelings. Happy, sad, angry. Say it, feel it, release it.
yes, sir. They all have their place and they all need to be released. And your brain does all of those naturally.
Yeah,
And if there's any kind of interruption or any kind of problem with some kind of trauma, it will interrupt that natural process that runs through your brain. Then you all of those things, like you said, are natural, and you have to let them run their course in order for things to work properly.
yeah,
And like I said, I'm no doctor, but entertainment purposes only. But man, I'm telling you, it works.
yeah.
It works.
It
You
does.
just have to buy into the therapy or buy into hey, if we're talking veterans and they want to be all tough and we're all vets, hey, buy into the training. Right?
Mhm.
Get in for the training, I guess, dude. If that's
Mhm.
what you guys want to call it.
Training.
Train your brain. You train your body, you train your brain for years to do things. We have to train our brains same way, and it can be done. It
Oh, yeah.
can be done. And sometimes you have to have medication. Sometimes you have to have your medicines. I do. I only take one. I'm blessed, you know, and it works for me. But that's the key. Finding what works for you, sticking with it, and keep yourself in check, man. You got to hold yourself to that standard that you held yourself to. And I think a lot of times that's what hurts us, man, is because we look around and there's no standard anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And here, a lot of us are still trying to hold ourselves to a standard,
Yeah.
and it's like the standard we held ourselves to is now completely null and void.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it seems in within society, it seems.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really hard sometimes for guys to just go right on back to working a job. Now, some people just like we were talking on, depending on what you do and where you're at and things that you've seen, man, uh, it depends. Have to keep your mind busy. You have to keep your hands busy. You have to do
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah,
The worst thing that a man can do for himself is just sit, man.
yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
agree with that.
a body in motion stays in motion. Look
Yeah,
at your
yeah.
dad, guy. He's 88,000 years old. Still goes to work every day like a monster, and uh, seriously, he's what, 84 now, 83,
Getting ready to
80,
turn 84. I'm back
ready
to
to
echoing again.
sorry, man.
You're good.
I don't know.
We'll get it figured. Fixed up
Uh,
where it don't do that.
man,
Miss Tracy in the house. She said, just did a video on stinging at a net. God, I can't. Just did a video on stinging nettle. Many people are saying helps PTSD. I've never heard that, so I'll come watch that video, Miss
I'll have
Tracy.
to check that out myself
Yeah,
because I'm a natural remedy
me too.
guy, man. I love
Me
it.
too. I'm all
I'm
about it. If
always
it can't hurt me, but maybe help me,
yes.
hey, I give it. Hey,
Hey, hey, that's one
but
thing. I
hey,
will say this, like lion's mane, the
yeah,
mushroom lion's mane. Hey, I personally have never taken it, but I have a family member who tried it, and
yeah,
by the time he was halfway through, he bought a 90-day uh subscription supply.
yeah.
And, by the time he was halfway through it, he said that he felt himself, like, not even getting upset about anything that was
Well,
like, he worked putting together furniture and stuff, and he would go, and he said sometimes the holes wouldn't even be drilled in it, this old stuff.
yeah,
He'd get aggravated, and he'd just like, "Ah," and he'd have to just, like, leave, walk away and come back. Well, then uh he started taking the capsules, and he said after about a month and a half, he was like, "Hey, man, there's no holes in this." Like,
yeah,
it didn't matter anymore,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Okay, cool, there's no holes," but he said he felt great, I will use his testimony, and he would tell you exactly what I just said, man. That
yeah.
stuff is an amazing natural substance.
That's cool. That's
I've
Yeah,
cool.
it
had
doesn't there's
I've
no
drank lion's mane coffee.
Mhm. Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
I've heard
good?
that, I've heard of that. Yeah, is it any good? Does it taste like coffee?
It's good. Didn't it's not that different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I'll
Hmm.
have to tell him about that because my little nephew, he'd be all about something like that. He's that stuff really worked for him, and I don't know if he still takes it or not. I would say he does. If it did him that well, I would stay on the regimen, I guess, you know?
I heard it, and what the way I experienced, the way I got into it was good for focus,
Mhm,
for the brain health.
mhm, mhm.
But
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that we're seeing, and I think we're starting to head towards this way. But we've been in the last, I guess, 20, 40 years, essentially my entire lifetime, in a sickness management care
Mhm,
system,
mhm,
and I think we're starting to see a trend towards actual healthcare system.
Mm.
mhm. I see. Yeah, you're right. Like, then you figure if you get rid of the problem, there's nobody coming around to get seen anymore, right?
Yeah, sickness management system. The money's in the sickness. They want
Yeah,
to keep us sick for the last 40
that's
years.
that's what I've said over and over about like these stupid clinics out here. Okay, now they don't try to bring nobody I know anyway in my little circle. Nobody that goes to that clinic has come down, has come off. And it's like, well, why would they want you to come off? You're what's paying for their house. You're what's paying for their car. You're what's
Mhm.
paying for that's how they get their paycheck and their funding is to make sure they got the numbers where they need it so that they keep getting it. So no, they don't really and truly the game it ain't set up for you to come off. It's set up for you to come there so that they can keep getting their funding and their money
Getting
for
paid
it. Yeah.
because,
Right now, the money right now definitely is in healthcare. So, any of those health advocates out there the money's right now for sure,
I
definitely in
think the
healthcare.
I think the money, like Tommy just said, I think instead of your funding being dependent on how many patients you receive, it should be on how many patients are you able to get off. You need to hit this
How
number
many you
every
help?
How many can you clear off of this substance?
every
How many
year.
can
You
you
need
keep?
to have this number that you can show us that was able to transition from, here to here, or
Mhm.
your funding's going to come to an end, or But
They
no, it's
shouldn't
the
both
other way
be
around.
Mhm.
max dose for 12 years or such.
Right.
know?
It's the
That
other
should
way
never happen.
around.
Yeah.
They bring you in, but you never go out.
Right.
And that's how they get their numbers. That's how they get
And
their funding.
everything from the grocery store to the medicine, it's all one big funnel. You eat this at the grocery store, it leads you to feeling this, and you go take this that leads you to take something
Yeah,
else, another drug, go to the doctor, get another drug, and everything leads. It's a funnel. It's a health
it
care
is.
funnel.
Yes. Yes. And it's a joke. In some ways, it's a joke. As much ability as we have, there's so many common sense things that you can just look and say, man, that could be done. It seems in such an easier manner and better way. Like, we start talking about like wasteful spending and things like that. And it's like, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I'm all about helping people, but it'd be foolish of me. Like my sister and brother-in-law, Zach, they just lost their house and both their
Yeah,
vehicles.
that's bad, man.
Now,
I feel
I'm
bad.
not a rich man, but I had a vehicle sitting out here in the driveway that I hadn't used in a while. Still a good truck. So it was laid on my heart, and I give it away before I even told my wife about it because I knew she would be on her heart. Like, yep, let's just go ahead and let them have it. Well, we give that truck to them, but if that would have been my work truck, I couldn't give that to them. I need that. So, as
Mhm.
a whole of society, I want to help everybody, but let's start by making sure our stuff is healthy and our things are ready and our stuff is right. And then you spread the assistance out. Then you
Yeah, man.
start reaching out and truly helping folks. That is how I kind of see it. Like your you gotta help yourself out and make sure that you're good. And then that frees you up in a way to be able to help somebody else out.
Set
And
you up
and
in a way that you can
for
give back.
just
You can do what you
I
would
had a
always
multiple of vehicles, Zach. I had 3 red Dodge trucks
do.
sitting in the driveway, and
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
I know all my neighbors are like, "God bless, why everything red?" I mean, like, good Lord. It just was luck of the draw. It wasn't really meant to be that way. But why would I
Right,
leave
right.
a vehicle out here that I knew was a good vehicle? It would get them back and forth to work for a while, and
Yep.
not just go ahead and give it to my brother and sister-in-law. But if it would have been my work truck, well, I'd have been foolish to say, "Well, you can have my work." Well, then I can't take care of myself now. Well,
Mhm.
There
same
goes. I
same
only
difference.
got one truck, but y'all can have it.
Y'all can have it. I'll just
You
go
can have
hungry.
it.
Yeah,
I'll just walk everywhere.
yeah. My boys packed up a little weight this winter. We'll go ahead and take this summer off eating. Ain't no big deal. Yeah, yeah. You know,
I'll walk
you know.
everywhere.
Uh,
Y'all have a good life, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get going to eat something, but I'm starting to get into like reaction videos.
Okay, okay.
And anyone send me like over on my channel, comment on my channel to send me reaction videos that you'd want to see me react to on something like tech, weird things, people doing stuff with doing weird things with tech or something.
Shining heart-shaped tubs, stuff like that.
That might be the
Well,
first.
I didn't mean to put words in your mouth, Tommy. I just was expounding on the subject. That's all I was doing. I didn't mean to.
I don't know how tech related that is.
Well, it's pretty damn technical. I ain't gonna lie.
They're
It's
going technical.
whew. Yeah, that last video, I ain't gonna lie. I got technically sick.
Oh
If you
god.
really want the truth, I technically
Ah!
I
Burn
technically
my eyes
puked.
out.
If you want the God's honest truth, I was
Technically
like,
threw up in my mouth a little
I
bit there.
technically did vomit. I'm
What'd
not
you
gonna lie.
say?
It was pretty bad. It maybe from some angles it might look better, but from where I was at, I don't know about this one. We might need to go through a harsher editing process.
Would you
But no,
mind the mind stain?
yeah, That was my reaction video.
I reacted by laughing
Yeah, I'm
hysterically.
looking
Yeah.
into that. He was someone I connected with. He's also called Tommy as well, sharp witted,
Okay.
and
Okay.
connected with him, and he's getting me into like reaction videos, and I've been
That's
wanting to do
cool.
that for a while.
Okay. That's cool. All right.
Man,
And I got it set up. I have a song for me too for keeping it real, and I just
Okay.
got it, and I was testing it out. I was
Did you
testing
put
on
it
a
in my?
live.
Did you put
I
it in here?
I did not put that one in here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
I just made it last night.
Well, drop it in here whenever if you. I mean, if you want us to play it, we'll play it on the way out today. If you want us to, send them everybody over to you.
It has like a countdown, like a build up and a lead up and everything. So I don't know
Okay.
how it would work and everything.
what a come to hit.
Well,
Just
as long as you stay
all
fully
you hear is
dressed in
Snoop
it, then
Dogg
it's
in my head.
welcome to be played on here, Tommy.
Mhm.
Okay. You know, I love it. Hey, I love it, Tommy. Thank you for being here with us, though, man. I
I'm
appreciate
your
it.
man. Super duper producer.
This super duper producer, man. This super duper
On my new
human.
thing, it left over here, but let me switch it back. I like to actually what I say just right here.
Emerging creator. I love it.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
We're
can tell
all
you this,
emerging
buddy.
creators.
You are you have I'm just speaking from a personal standpoint, like in the past couple months, the difference I have personally witnessed in just the way you're approaching things, the way that you're reaching out, and I'm telling you, man, I see that as you're reaching out to people and people see who you are, they want to be a part of you because people want to be around good people. That's how this works. You get out, you meet your people. You're going to
Yeah.
meet some that ain't your people. You're going to meet some that are your people forever. And that's just the way it works. And I can see it's working for you. And I always felt that way. I always felt that way. Like, man, when genuine people or just being good people and just not trying to get something from it. Like, that's how I always feel. Like sometimes it's like, what are they trying to get out of it? And then you start realizing, man, there is people that just want to be a part of something cool. And it's like they're not trying to, they don't, the last thing they want to do is hurt you or try to mess with you in some kind of stupid way. And that's been what I've gotten from you, Tommy. So I will always be pushing
Secret,
you up, man.
the secret, and not so secret. The quote from a big rich wig, one of the big Dale Carnegie. If you want
Mm,
to be interesting, you got to be interested.
mm, mm. A man
One
of
of those
few words.
Carnegies. Wow.
I tell you what.
Wow, that was a good one.
Dale
Dang.
Carnegie.
Gone.
I tell you what, man.
Was that Andrew's son or something? Dale, is that what you said?
Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
The Carnegies. Man, they
Yeah.
did a lot.
Yeah.
I forgot about. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was probably the actual guy was probably Andrew Carnegie. Yeah, I forgot about.
Andrew Carnegie. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's a great quote. Great job, guys. We've come
Good
up
one.
on 2 hours. Hey, thank you, Miss Tracy. My Aunt Chris. Hey, she's that
What?
cool cup hat guy. Yeah, Tommy left. Where'd you go, Tommy? Dang, you just disappeared. Hey, what
Hey,
you
yo.
you you could
Where
at
you
least tell me bye.
see,
I
man?
said I was going like
Ah, the mighty when Tommy leaves, it's just like, where'd Tommy
Hey,
go?
Tommy's getting a good old fashioned taste of an
You
Appalachian
know what it
goodbye.
was? You know what it was? He knew that if he said he was gonna say bye, that I would drop him out first, and he's like,
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna give
yeah.
him
He
that.
ain't gonna give you that
I
pleasure.
ain't giving him that.
What
I'm
it
getting
is.
out because I ain't giving him that pleasure.
He ain't cutting me off.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Tommy, you have a safe day. Have a great day, man. I appreciate you. Good input today.
See you,
Thank you very
Tommy.
much, man.
all right.
Yep. Behave yourself. I got you.
Peace
I
off.
love it, man. Yeah,
That's
he is,
funny.
man. What a great dude. I like to give him a hard way to go because I know he's the kind of dude that like, he's thinking about it and I know he
Oh yeah.
comes back with something and I know that it's usually pretty time like
He
he
takes it
time
all
that one
in
good.
and then he thinks about it and then he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, buddy, he'll come back with something, so it's cool, man.
Good
Yeah,
for
my
you
Aunt
guys.
Chris, Miss Tracy, got me these cups, man, sent me man, I got this thing in the mail yesterday, man. Walked down my mom's, check on them, say hi and everything. She had her doctor's appointment stuff. I go in, there's a box sitting there at my mom and dad's house. And I'm like, well, I don't get my mail down there. I get it at my house. Well, it had my name on it. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna open it. It's
That's got
mine.
my name on it.
So I open it up,
Man,
and sure enough, it's these cups. And I thought, well, maybe Courtney ordered them, and I didn't know because I do have the clacker. I mean, let's be honest, I did. I
I
got the
want
clacker.
2. I want 2 clackers.
Well, we can
One
work
for
something
each
out.
hand.
Right, we can set up a payment plan. But,
Alright.
and I got a page full of stickers. So I thought, well, maybe maybe she seen I like that kind of stuff and was like, well, maybe I could get him a couple cups. And I thought that was nice of her. Well, she gets home and I was kind of like, hey, how you think? She's like, I didn't get them. And I'm like, no, you didn't? And I'm like, well, somebody did because I
Where'd they
got them.
come from?
And I was like, I believe, and then she's like, you ordered them. I didn't order them. And she's like, the clackers guy. I said, I swear, honey, I didn't order them. She thought I ordered them. I didn't order. Well, my mom, she talked to my Aunt Chris last night. My Aunt Chris
Yeah,
does not, put the stuff on there. And then look here, bam, always good vibes, guys.
wow.
Indeed,
That's
always
awesome,
good
man.
vibes. I
I
love
want
that, man.
one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
That is really cool, man.
Yeah, it was, and I just appreciate that, Aunt Chris. It doesn't go unnoticed. I know that, man, just putting the order together and putting the thought together and designing it out for me, making it look like something I would want to hold in my hand as a coffee cup. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
it actually looks like something you would be drinking out of.
It's perfect, man. I say, it's like, okay, cool, thank you.
See,
So
look what I got, dude. Like,
yeah, I
really?
mean, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
I mean,
I
I'm
need
not one
one
to
of them.
compare. I'm
I
not.
need one of
I'm not that
them.
guy,
I
but
mean,
I
like,
am
look at this. You
like
can't even put this in the microwave.
it's got my logo on it. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like, I mean, I'm just saying. It's like the
bro.
other evening. It's
Oh my God.
I got to get something off my chest.
Okay.
I did get 2 pages. I got 2 pages, but the one I put them out there. I put them in different places, just so if everybody else wanted to see 'em. And the other day when everybody was over at dinner, I kinda showed them. I was like, "I got stickers on the fridge," and they won't come off, by the way, don't you gotta be mindful about that, but I put and I showed, I was like, nobody acted like they liked them, and then I realized it's because it wasn't their sticker. It was my sticker, you know
Okay.
what I mean? And I was like,
There's
I get it now. I get it. It's because it was now, if I'd have put a sticker of them on my fridge, they'd have been like, "Oh, isn't that nice?" But they didn't wanna say that that's pretty cool because they didn't have one either. Because
they didn't have a sticker
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
See, I don't have
I
a
did, and
sticker, and I'm already jealous. I'm
after
already
that,
jealous, dude.
I didn't leave these. They didn't get these as the party gifts they thought. No, you hand them back in at the end of the evening. No, I didn't
Oh,
say you're not going. No,
oh,
So
they
I
sent
still
back
have a
the
couple
bad
extra.
man.
If you ain't gonna act right, just give me my party favors back. I mean, you did see the sticker, and you're gonna act like you didn't see the sticker. I know you seen the sticker. I put them all over the refrigerator.
They're
Every one
everywhere.
of you's gotten 2 or 3 sodas out of my refrigerator and half of my snacks, and you ain't gonna say nothing about that. How many other people got a sticker, and y'all ain't gonna
I
say
know
nothing
you
about my
see
dang
my
sticker?
sticker.
It kindly upset me. I ain't gonna lie, but anyway, I moved past it. I moved past it, and I
You ain't
realized
got
that
dust off your sandals, bro.
you gotta
Keep
just
on going.
you gotta just keep going.
Just
So,
keep going.
I do have a whole page still of
Oh,
me.
whole page.
Yeah, isn't it
God,
nice?
stickers.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, and clackers. I love it.
Like,
Oh, wait a minute.
what else you got
And
down
guitar
there?
picks with my name on it.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna have them put my face on it, but it didn't fit.
Oh, man. You
Yeah,
can't get your face sound scaled down
yeah,
enough?
yeah. But I do
Oh,
have a couple big stickers 'cause they're big. They are big. But I got. I mean, there was a s- there was a sale. They said that it was a 24-hour thing, and I had to just.
you
It
had
was
to
a
do it
snap
all.
decision. Like in
Either do it
hindsight,
now or never, right? Like one of them things.
I mean, looking back on it, I guess instead of ordering 4, I'd have went ahead and ordered 8 because it was like 50% off, and I was like, So
Well,
looking
and why
back on it,
would you, man? I
I don't
mean,
know because I could have covered the whole wall then.
oh,
I was thinking
oh, I
background,
got
background for the show. For the show,
yeah.
it's not
You
for
just
me.
stick them on the whole wall every
Not for me. It's not for me. It's
for
not.
you
It
guys, man.
advertisement. Just in case there's a bunch of people over here hanging out in my
It's
music
just
room.
like go all over the place and stick them in random places
That's kindly what
all
happened
over
with the first
town.
one. I might should have went, like, other places other than my house, but
Yeah.
I like them.
Oh, oh.
Well,
I
I
got
wanted them somewhere where I could see them too. I didn't if I put them out at the store, then look how far I'd have to go see if my
oh, yeah,
sticker.
that's true. You don't
You see
want
what I'm
that.
saying? You don't wanna do that.
You don't wanna do that.
You gotta think about gas. You gotta think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
pricing and all that kinda stuff. Because 'cause I'm a budget. I'm a Anyway,
All that
uh,
stuff.
but, yeah, I'm not one to toot my own horn or anything, but,
Gen X, he said, "I can't wait to come across a gas pump with a sticker on it." Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah,
well,
I did
that
that. You remember the Biden stickers? I did that.
yeah, the other order's on its
Oh,
way.
that's
Like,
funny.
I did order, and I do have more coming, I ain't gonna lie. It 'cause it was fun putting them play but I'm not gonna put them in here no more because they don't come off. They're
Yeah,
sticky. I'm telling you, these are some sticky I'm telling you, they're good stickers. So,
it's
just so
a
you know, quality, quality,
quality sticker.
quality. Only quality around here, guys. Only quality. That's a great idea, Gen X. I'm gonna get my stickers out there. That's a great idea.
Mm.
That's a grand idea. That's a hey, that is actually a great idea.
You
I mean,
know,
now
I
that you
mean, like,
say it, like,
it gets you out there for sure.
yeah, like, hey, they're perfect little size. Like, I wonder how odd it'll look if I just start going to all the gas stations around here and go to each pump and be like, place the sticker on it.
Yeah, stick it right on there.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Oh
probably end
man.
up knocking on your door going, "Hey, Mr. Bandy, you've been vandalizing all these gas
Yeah,
pumps."
that's perfect, Gen X. Look, he said, take a picture of the sticker you find, post it, and get a free hand of guy in the mail. Oh my God, I would be broke trying to buy these things. It'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you know that everybody would want
Set
one of
up
them.
your own treasure hunt, bro.
Everybody would want one of these babies. Everybody. I'm telling you, they're like I had to put them up because I had to put
Looking
them up.
for stickers.
Hey, Jared Talks, we appreciate you being here, guys. This has been a great conversation with Brother Zach today, and next week we're gonna go in again. We're gonna start touching on another topic of some sort, and we'll figure that out and start getting something lined out for you guys. But I'd drive all over Virginia just to find them all. Yeah,
All that.
yeah,
That's
that's
funny, man.
hilarious, man. But
Good
hey,
stuff.
yeah, hey, you might find one near you somewhere, so keep an eye out for the
Do, 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 do,
not a
do.
whole page. I'm not going to put a whole page on one pump. I'm just saying one sticker for each pump. And
Sticker.
but anyway, yeah. Shout out to everybody. Hey, there's Sister Destin Recover. See you there in the house. We're getting ready to sign out. This has been a great conversation with my best friend, and
Yes, man, it sure has. Thank you for having me back on. This is week
absolutely,
2 now. This is the topic the way we cover it, man. We do us. We just kind of we get rambling on some things and go
mm,
on, but man, it's a topic that we could ramble on forever, and we could
yep.
bring up stats forever. And either way, it's all good, man. It's all
Well, no,
health, and it's all good, man. It's all
yeah, it
good.
is. And I think that you truly have actually today, just in talking about it, touched
Hmm.
on ideas that maybe could be something that could be a way to I don't know, but it never hurts to
Absolutely.
ask. Never hurts to ask. You ain't got
Nah,
nothing to
man.
lose but your ask.
Nothing to
So,
lose but your ask, man.
yep,
That's the
great
truth.
saying. I love it. I
Great thing.
love it, man.
Yep.
Um Zach, I'll be hanging with you in the near future. Hey, brother Gen X, brother Clint, appreciate you, my man. Brother Zach is actually my real life best friend, 30 years. So,
Yeah, man.
uh,
30 years, bro. I was
uh,
14 when we met, gang. Right
yeah,
at yeah,
I was
14.
19.
Yep.
I was 19. That's crazy, ain't it, man? It's
Wow,
crazy,
man.
man. But how, you know,
Hey, there's very few you get that in life, man. I'm blessed to have you as a
me
friend
too.
and brother, man, you know?
Indeed. Indeed. Because most of the time you either move away or you lose contact or,
I think I hear
you
my
know.
conscience speak in your voice. 'Cause I've been hearing it.
Zach,
This is
don't
your
do
conscience
that.
guy.
I
Don't
don't have bail money, Zach. I don't have bail money.
Yeah, that's
Zach,
funny.
this will hurt you more than it hurts them.
I guarantee it.
Oh God, guys. Hey,
Wow.
we appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. All doing great, Destin, doing great, throwing out good vibes just in our way today, sharing with the world just some things how two men feel about it. And brother Zach shared about his stuff, and I've shared, and Tommy was here sharing, and we're just more so just thinking about the numbers, man. The numbers are staggering, and there's got to be a way to affect that number. So this is our way of affecting it. However that matters. This is our way. It affects it no matter what because it helps us. It helps me personally. It helps him personally. So whether it helped another individual, we hope it does. But whether or not it did or not, we're winning because it's helping us. We get some of this stuff shared out here, get it off of our chest, and let the world have it to deal with.
Man,
And
I can
it
say
helps.
this once again, man, back to kind of where we started is in the amount of time we've been sitting here, you figure there's been 10 or 11 people kill themselves in this country.
Man,
Veterans, non-veterans,
what
depressants, whatever, however, whatever. That
it's
number is
crazy, man.
way too much, man. That's just that just it, it's boggles my mind.
Yeah, yeah,
The more I look into this, all of this myself, um, because I've just been trying to focus on my path, but when I start looking into these numbers and things, man, it blows my mind sometimes just seeing how many people this really does affect, and
yeah.
uh,
It's big.
it's big, man.
It's big,
It is
big.
big.
Yep.
It
Guys,
is big.
great job, Zach. If it turn your
Thank
I'm
you.
echoing again.
Oh
Uh,
man,
but great job. You're good now, I think. But great job sharing with us today, Zach. Good job. With the topic, I think it definitely important enough and definitely worthy of our attention. Uh,
Mhm.
left the heart doctor and went straight to Sonics. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there
Man,
you go.
it's a race to Golden Corral, boys. Let's go. Hey, that's my mother-in-law's favorite restaurant, is Golden Corral. So,
Golden
I
Corral.
say that's why I say that is because that it's like, "Oh, Corral, let's go to Golden Corral." It's like, I could care less about Golden Corral.
I call it the trough. That's
Hey,
what
the
we used
trough.
to
Let's
call the
go to the
Golden
trough.
Corral, man. Hey, we're
Eh,
going to the trough, bro.
yeah, let's go to the feeding trough, boys.
Go
Let's
to the
go. Jarrett
trough.
Talk's in the house. I see you, brother Jarrett. Good to have you here, my man. He's gonna have Shindig over at his house or over at his channel on the 26th. So shout out to you. Jarrett Talk says I love Golden Corral. Hey, I don't mind Golden Corral like when other people are paying for it. Oh, I love the heck out. Yeah, I eat the heck out of it. I ain't gonna lie. But when I have to flip the bill, it does get a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I get a little edgy. You know,
I was gonna
edginess sets in. There's Sister Hermina in the house. Brother Clint. He told us that you said hello and that you was busy, but I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you enjoyed your video. I know it was a very rudimentary and fundamental base as far as to just get going, but I'm excited for this journey, Miss Min. I can't wait to start digging in on some of this stuff for myself because there's so many light bulbs that shine sometimes that you didn't realize just by looking at something to try to explain it to somebody else. You're like, oh, well, wait a minute, I see it now. I see that. So I'm excited for the journey. I hope that we can just take our time because that's what I want you to get out of that video I sent you. Is the most important thing is to understand you don't learn guitar this month. You don't learn guitar this
take
lifetime.
wow, man. It's
It's
just
a
like
journey. It's a journey. You just keep learning. You
that's
you
another
learn
thing.
some. You
We're
learn
talking
some this
earlier.
month. and then some next month. And what I want you to also realize is this little journey right here at the beginning is going to be the hardest. Your next 30, 60 days of creating the habit, creating that change in you, that habit that makes that guitar feel comfortable. It's going to be a
Fingertips, yeah.
repetition. It's going to
You
be a
want
muscle memory.
about the time you get them fingertips where doesn't hurt to push them strings and stuff. If you're
Mm,
just starting out, you know what I'm saying. About that
mm,
time, you should be starting to get a feel for a couple
yeah.
chords and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Just trust the process, please. That's all I ask of you. If you'll trust my process, I believe in my heart that in a month's time that we're gonna see a big improvement, and you're gonna get to really enjoy the pleasure of playing music. Because that one little exercise, as silly as this may sound, and I give this away for free, if you look at my fingers, they're about the width of what your strings are on the guitar are apart. And if you'll just sit every chance you have and just do this with your guitar pick and get used to how light that you can hold that and get used to keeping a steady beat with your hand like that, when you go to your instrument, it marries itself right to it. And I just encourage you just to trust the process with me, and we're gonna make some progress with you. But excited. Thank you very much for being here and stopping in. I hope you're having a great day. Good vibes to you, my friend. Teach her good. I'm gonna get her to teach me what you taught her. Yeah. Hey, I hope it spreads like wildfire. I really do. And brother Gen X, if you're serious, then I will also, give you the link as well to the thing. I didn't share it as public, but I'll give you the access to it as well. You're more than welcome to it as a friend and everything. If you'd like to be able to access it, I'll make anything that I make for her. I'll send you the link as well. But yeah, I'm gonna put them up there, and we're gonna save them, and it's a journey, a chronicle of my personal journey. But I'm just looking forward to being able to look back on my first. I hope and pray that I hope and pray that it's the only guitar journey I've took with anybody as far as I'm gonna teach them. This is gonna be what I do. I hope that I'm watching it. I hope I watch Miss Minna playing on the Grand Ole Opry or wherever it is.
Like Susan Tedeschi.
Because
Really?
I'll tell you what, I mean, I am humble. Everybody knows I'm real humble, but I would be that guy that like, I did kindly teach her that.
I did show her her first chord.
I did do that. I did. Yeah. I mean,
You have
not that
to.
I need any accolades. It's not because I need any accolades. I would just be so proud that I would want everybody to know that I did that.
Yeah.
That was me. Yeah, yeah, that move that she just did right there with that, I showed her that. I showed her that last year. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was just prettier than me, that's why she got the big break, not it that not skill, she just but that was the only reason, that's the only reason, yeah. No, that's her. I am so excited, Zach, to get to, like, somebody that truly wants to try to learn it, and I understand if it doesn't work out, like, it's not something for you, but at the same time, the chance to teach somebody a little something that maybe will take them on a lifelong journey or the rest of
Man,
your
what
life,
music, it will do it to you for sure. It'll
it
take you
will.
on a journey forever, man, and,
It
if you get a chance to teach somebody how to
oh,
do that
man,
with their life, man, think
'cause it
about what the guitar's done for us, man.
Yeah,
Been
because
there
it
for me.
doesn't just help in music. It helps, man, it
Life.
does so much everything else for you too. So it's like so powerful to me. It's a big deal to me. It's a
Hey, the
spiritual thing to me,
fretboard
man.
goes on forever, man.
Infinite,
It's always
infinite.
changing, but always stays the same, you know what I'm saying? The road goes on forever and the party never ends, you know?
Mhm.
Like, that's
Yeah.
how it goes, man. It's just
Yeah, and if you just stay on that journey, there's not jail or prison at the end of
no,
it.
man, it's right
Uh,
there and it all sounds pretty good, you know
Because
what I'm
the infinite party ride I thought I was on stopped at the state penitentiary out the road here. It come to an abrupt halt right out here at the jailhouse. It was funny how it worked. Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
and yeah.
yep, yep.
Nobody mentioned that to me. I sure wish I just stuck on the guitar. But shout out to
Whoa,
everybody. We appreciate
whoa.
y'all being here. Thank you, Gen X. Thank you, Jimena. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jared Talks. Thank you, Miss Luciana. I appreciate you being here. Destin to Recover. Thank you very much. Let's see, who am I missing? Miss Tracy, local learnings. I'll be over to watch your video about the stinging nettle.
Oh yeah, the
Thank you for
stinging
being
nettles.
here.
That's neat.
Yep, Frau
I'm gonna
Sippy,
check
we
that
see
out.
you. Mom, Missy, we see you. Tommy Kenny, thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. Frau Sippy was like number 18. If you haven't hit the like button for me, I'd appreciate it if you did. We thank you for being here. Jeremy's calls. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon at work, my brother. I hope you're feeling better. I appreciate you surviving together. Miss Mac, thank you very much. Shout out to you again, Miss Luciana. I appreciate you being here. Dapper, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. I'm excited to be on Wild Island with you. Just touch with me on email or whatever. Let me know exactly what you'd like, if there's something I need to do or anything like that. But I'm ready anytime you are. I got music, whatever you want. So you just let me know. And Dapper says, hello, brother Zach.
Hey,
Hello,
hey.
Zach. Brother Dapper just celebrated a couple months ago his 100,000 subscriber mark, man. Big
Oh
deal.
wow, man,
Big
that's big
deal,
time.
man. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
job,
And
man.
yeah, great job. And he's, I listened to a little bit of backstory on his journey and everything. And it's not like it was just boom. Like he's had to put the time and the
Yeah, yeah,
work
yeah.
and the
Didn't
effort
just
in.
happen overnight. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to you, brother Dap. Appreciate you, man. I do appreciate that invite. I see you on Wild Wild. Get ready with your song, bro. Appreciate you, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. Always ready, man. Thank you guys. Amira, appreciate you. Sanja Hako, I appreciate you. Shangy girl, shout out to you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for being here. Elevated Einstein, always my brother. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Brother William, appreciate you, my man. Hey, God, love you, brother. God bless you. Love you, my man. God bless you. I appreciate you. Crewmel, hello. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. Krista Flash, double tap that screen for you, fella. If you haven't already, hit the like button, share it out. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to Krista Flash. I gotta say that every time I see him. He's on you as soon as you come in the chat. Hit that like. He's on it, but you gotta be because you forget. You forget. So you remind him. Christina Payne. Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here. Hope that now that's the kind of comments I like to highlight. Hope everyone is having a blessed day. Yep. Yup, indeed. I do too, and I am. I'm having a wonderful day, and I appreciate everybody that's come in and joined in the conversation. It's an important topic, and as we start touching on these things, we'll see where it goes because we're going to keep doing it. It helps us, and if it only helps one other person, that's it. Look here, look, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gen X. I'll be on Wild Wildin'. I think I'll have to check my email. He might have sent me an email telling me or asked me a date. But yeah, he's asked me, and I think we're going to correspond by email and set up a date. But as soon as I know when I'm going to be there, I would appreciate it if you
Mm.
guys would come
What
by and
is
support
that
because that would
email?
be big for my little channel. That could be a big help. That could really help me. So,
Hey,
um,
bro. What is
you know.
Walla Wallin?
That's like that's what he calls his channel. It's a music channel, and
I
they
don't know.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and he's from a Filipino family, man. So
Oh.
it broadens my reach, and he's just an outstanding guy, and just does a great job, man. And he's got a great production going
Oh, that's
on,
cool,
and
man.
for me, it's like, man, I get a chance to share something of mine with I get a chance to make an impression upon people maybe I would never get to make an impression upon. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
absolutely,
exciting,
man.
man. So yeah, shout out
That's
to
really
you, brother Dapper. I appreciate that invite, man, and I'm truly honored, and I can't wait to be a part of it. Gen have a fan. Look, he knows how to get
cool.
see brother Gen X part of the crew here, so he knows how to get he knows how to highlight a comment quick.
He
Watch
knows
it.
how to
He
get you.
knows.
He
Have a
knows how
fancy
to get to the
day,
top.
fellas.
He knows how to climb that ladder, bro.
I'm just saying, he said it, not me. I mean, he said, especially the sexy beast on the left. I'm just
He's really
saying.
tried to work his way to the top.
I'm just saying. He does know how to immediately go. Like I'm not saying I won't get to the other ones. I'm just
Hey,
saying that this one does kind of wait. It it it, it helped me to decide to go here. Like, okay, I'll take it down.
take
Not yet. Let's leave it up here just another second. Okay, I'll take it down. Okay, we took it down. I was just going, well, one more time, but
one
I'm
more
not saying
time,
that, you
just so everybody can see it.
know. I'm always wild wildin'.
Just
Cool,
so
Clint.
they
Cool,
know,
Clint.
just so
Always at Wild
everybody
Wildin' every
knows,
Saturday. Let's see. He
just so
says, I believe
everybody
Wild
knows.
Wildin' means to party or party hard. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, party
Okay.
hard,
I know a
party
few
hard,
things
man.
because I've seen a few things. That's right. That's right. Hey guys, we could stay on here for the rest of the afternoon, but brother Zach, I'll see you here backstage here in just a second. I'm gonna play us
Yeah, man.
out. Uh
Thanks
let me
for
say,
having me on, man.
oh dude, you're
Again,
certainly welcome, man. We appreciate you
cool.
being here, and it'll we'll just keep on doing this, man, and we'll just keep on touching on these things, and
Mm,
make it happen, guys. I mean, that's to create a change doesn't mean, like that you're going to just shake a magic wand, but it just means start something. Just
yeah,
start something,
start
man. So guys, we appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you don't mind, subscribe. If not, I really don't mind. I just appreciate y'all being here. This is Zach at Handicapable03, my best friend
yeah.
on the street, but also just a person out here trying to help people in his way and
Hey,
trying to just share of himself. So we thank all of you for being here. We'll see you next Thursday at 10 o'clock, and we'll be touching around this same issue. Just something we're going to focus in on, maybe a little different avenue, and we're going to focus in our way and do it in our style. So, guys, till next time. Good vibes always, guys. I'll see you on the other side.
Got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy Bandy told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might. So I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran, and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patients and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, run. run, run.